Yo, the Warriors fucking lost, bro. Fucking Van Vliet. I'm so hot right now. Somebody in old media is about to get that work. Shout out to this Bay Area shit. We not done. That shit pissed me off. It was a good game. That man Curry put up like 50, 47 or some shit. He was shooting lights out. No Clay, no KD. Let's get it, man. That game pissed me off, though. Curry was balling, though. Shout out to the light brights. Light-skinned people run shit. Let's get it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. We gonna talk about some shit. It's still going on, man. This shit is viral. Andy Ruiz shook up the game. I shook up the world. Andy Ruiz, the whole Snickers society has shaken up the game. Like, bro, the views is going brazy with right now. You know, people still want to talk about it. I got to give the fans what they want. We still up in it. And, you know, there's a lot of angles to approach this. There's a lot to talk about, that type of stuff. So there's a lot to say, you know, because you got to look at it. This situation has been brewing and building for years. Ego can't be mad because he looked like Van Vliet. Man, fuck that. He gonna sink some shots and shit, bro. That shit made me hot, bro. I'm Ego Vliet. Anyway, Jose Ramirez, that's a good fight with Maurice Hooker in Texas. I like that. And it's good that Top Ranks, because they're putting a top ranked fighter, Jose Ramirez, on DAZN. So it's good things happening in boxing. You know? Good things happening in boxing. Let's get it. Anthony Joshua. We got more to talk about. Anthony Joshua is slowly unraveling and slowly coming out that he is not necessarily who he's been depicted to be. I really believe that. I've noticed the clues, but I don't think it's been more evident than now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's been more evident recently with how everything, like, look, Joshua posted this. He's like him flexing in the guest shirt. And it says, the caption reads, "Don't let success get to your head or failure get to your heart." Bro, I'm not buying all this Hallmark stuff. You know, I'm not buying it. Like, that's cool. That's a cool quote. But who thought of that? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's like, it's like when I heard I don't know. It was like when I heard Quentin Miller wrote some of Drake's album and I heard the reference tracks. I'm just like, you know, for me, I'm a hip hop head. So, you know, someone didn't write their own shit. I'm just like, you know, Drake is dope. I like Drake, but, you know, hearing Quentin Miller, Quentin Miller wrote that for Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You might just get hit with the Rico. Yeah. Quentin Miller, I don't know. It just don't feel, Joshua I don't know, bro. It don't even sound like that's how he talks. And I don't even know if he came up with that, bro. But anyway, I still don't, see, listen, you guys, some of you guys are fools, bro. Some of you guys, like, to me, I think you fall in love with the image, but I see beyond just that. Like, it's like, so women, they looking at him like body wise. That's cool. You know, even dudes. I told you, remember the comments? They were like, absolute unit. Like, we here to talk boxing. You know, the motherfucker's buff. He's in shape. Ain't nobody taking away from that. But, you know, the real boxing fans aren't moved by that. Like, you hear Andre Ward, he was on First Take, and he said something to the effect of Joshua bulked up too much, and it's like he's trying to be an Instagram model. He got to work on some other things in the gym because he has talent, but, you know, it's not just about that. You know, You got to work on the craft, hone it, get better, things like that. So, that's where new media steps in. There's been so much pressure for Joshua, and you guys can say whatever you want, but to me, this fight exposed a lot of things, a lot of flaws, and it did more harm to the Matchroom, Slave Room, Rematch Room, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, brand, staff, and vehicle. That's what I honestly believe. Just how everything played out. And listen to me. When have you ever known me? You guys know me, right? I'm gonna just say it like Joshua. When have you ever known me to, overreact over one loss? I don't even think about one loss like that because I know one loss doesn't have to define who you are as a fighter. Look at Julian J. Rock Williams. Look at John Molina Jr. Look at Ivan Redcash. He just knocked out Devin Alexander at 47, but was getting beat by multiple people, including Tevin Farmer, Argenis Mendez. John Molina beat him in between 35 and 40. Now he just stopped a southpaw who has boxing ability that Sean Porter didn't stop. Berto didn't stop, and Ivan Redcash stopped him. So I told you, it's the year of the upset, year of the underdog. I really fuck with this boxing shit heavy. I pay attention to new faces, places, cover the fights, speak my 2 cents. And I just feel like as it relates to Anthony Joshua, there's just a lot we don't know because how his team comes across. They want you to look at the in shape and the smiling pictures and stuff, but there's something behind the surface. And to me, it looked like something was up in this particular camp. I'm not taking any credit away from Andy Ruiz because he's an exceptional fighter. I'm actually very happy for him. This man, and I'm not trying to use a pun because he's, bigger, but he looks like a kid in a candy store, bro. And that's no snicker pun or nothing. I'm just saying he looks so happy. And I just tweeted this earlier. How could you not, as a true boxing fan, fuck the picking size and Mayweather, Pacquiao, who you likes, and how can you not be a fan of what we're seeing? People like J-Rock beating Jared Hurd. I like Hurd. That's my guy. It's not that he lost. It's just what it represents for boxing, what it represents for Philly, what it represents for J-Rock, what it represents to the fans. Same thing with Andy Ruiz. This man has been. I told you, boxing is the realest sport to me. I like other sports, but boxing is numero uno because it just feels so analogous and synonymous with life, the ups and downs, and just the different shit people go through, right? Joseph Parker, allegedly beat Andy Ruiz, and he was forgotten about. Let's just keep it a buck. He was forgotten about. Top Rank didn't really do nothing with him. That's who he was signed to. It's like he had that little one shot in New Zealand. Don't know how much money he made. But according to his coach, Manny Robles, he said he was down and out and he was considering hanging up boxing. That's some underdog shit. That's some Cinderella man shit, bro. Andy Ruiz was considering financially he was strapped. That's what his coach said in a recent interview with ESPN Deportes, right? He said he was financially and economically strapped. Money was tight, and he had some other, I don't know. I don't know all of his business, but you go read the quote. Do the research I did. And Ruiz was considering hanging up his gloves because he wasn't getting the progress. He wasn't getting the progress and making the advancements. Then whoever made the connection, and he signs with Al Heyman. He does a fight or two with Al Heyman. No real big fights. Still not getting no recognition. Wasn't the co-feature. His most recent one was on the Danny Garcia, Adrian Granado's card. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was in the StubHub. Feeling like, look at how many, see, this is what I'm telling you, bro. Look how many Mexican people live in L.A. And I'm not just blaming Mexican people, but listen, look how many Mexican people live in L.A., right? Everybody who's representing for Andy Ruiz right now that happens to be Mexican, why not represent when he was on the undercard? He was the same man. Why not go to the StubHub? StubHub tickets there's no bad seat in the house. Don't wait for him to, slay the dragon, on some David and Goliath shit, and now you respect his fight game. I told you, that's why me, 10 toes down like I always am in this boxing. That's why I did the 7 reasons. I open up my 7 reasons. The videos are still up before the fight. almost wasn't going to do it. I almost wasn't going to do it, but fans told me to do it. You guys already knew what I had been saying about Andy Ruiz, but the fans said, "Oh yeah, I bring back the 7 reasons." So I did it. So I did it for y'all, just so it's in one cohesive video. And now I'm glad I did it because it just shows you the strength of new media, how accurate the video was, and kind of what I was warning and saying in that 7 reasons video as to what happened. I started off that video with something to the effect of, a lot of you guys are disrespecting Andy Ruiz, and it's criminal. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they were saying this man gonna get blown out the fucking water in 1 round. Well, who is Joshua knocked out in 1 round like that of note? Not no UK domestic level dude. I'm talking about a real life body. Y'all disrespected the man. He just fought in LA where there's a ton of Mexican fighters and just fight fans in general, black, white, Asian, and then people, they weren't coming out. I looked in the crowd. There wasn't a hell of people at his Demeanor fight, but now everyone's like running after him, asking for autographs. I don't like fake shit. It reminds me of an interview I seen with Tupac. Tupac was like, he said, I got to get used to this fame because he said, now that I got a little change, I got a little fame, I'm in the same clubs I was in last year. But last year, he said the bitches was looking the other way. I was like, oh, hey, my name is Tupac, blah, 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 trying to spit game. And then the bitch was like laughing, looking the other way. He said, all of a sudden I blow up with Digital Underground. I got a movie, I got a movie in the theater, Juice. And all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, that's Tupac. And he was like, it was me. I'm the same dude in the same club just last year. And y'all wasn't showing me this. So, we got to get by. I really want to work on that, bro. Guys and girls, I really want to work on that. Let's get boxing back to where it needs to be. If someone can scrap, they can scrap. Y'all should be paying attention. Like, see, I take this to another level. I told you that Andy Ruiz ain't no one to sleep on. The reason I know that is because I'm a student of the game and I pay attention, and I'm like, that's a bad stylistic matchup, which is why I gave you 7 whole reasons why it's a bad stylistic matchup for Joshua. You feel me? But a lot of people are bandwagon. They wait for something to be good and pop off, and then now they want to support it. Support it, it's just like the people who blow up, like, supported like a stock option or something, or Bitcoin or something. The people that really blew up were the people that were there for it from the beginning, investing in it in the beginning when no one else believed in it. People want the hottest thing. When Bitcoin's stock went up and all that, now people want to get it. Cryptocurrency and shit. Now people want to get it. Why don't you be one of the first ones? You knew about it, you heard about it, or Snapchat, buy stocks or that. You wait for Snapchat to become a billionaire, trillionaire company. You wait for Amazon to become a billionaire. And there's so many sheep like that. Nas, shout out to you, $2 super chat. Man, keep killing them. Ego, new media. See, I like that. I like how y'all talking because they scared to stand for something. Bro, I ain't never been scared. Bone crusher. I'm not scared. You see, I do it on my channel. I do it on my channel all the time. And I'm not trying to make this about me, but I'm showing you because I'm living proof. I want more people to be on this new media shit. I do it on my channel all the time. I'm not worried about risking a credential or, oh, what if someone sees me? I don't fear that. What? I have an opinion. Everyone else has an opinion. If you stand for something, you stand on the front lines of that, not no far out radical opinion. That's why you see old media right now, they're disintegrating before your eyes. The reason you see that is because they ain't talking about nothing. They're not doing their research. They're not informed. They're trying to go tit for tat with the media, with new media. They're trying to go against the army, and it doesn't pay off. So it's only so long that fake thugs can pretend, like Jay told you. There's only so long they could do this. What the shit that they've been saying has an expiration date. It has an expiration date. It's only going to last for so long, especially that far out shit, that radical shit, that, oh, this dude is pound for pound, when we know he's not. We know this person. So there's 2 choices. You say X, Y, and Z is pound for pound. Either he ain't going to fight no one as a pound for pound number 1 person should, or so he's going to duck and cherry pick real competition, or that person is going to get fucking exposed. period. Or we're gonna see just over time that, oh, this dude's a good fighter, but he ain't no pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? There's only a few options how this could play out. And fortunately for me, I thank the man upstairs, thank my parents for raising me how they raised. New media be on the winning side of that. They be on the winning side of that. Hey, block this Ishmael. Get him off of here. Ish blocked. Yeah, that's your new name. Ishmael, you ish blocked. Blocked. Get rid of this dude. We done with you. You got old media. We gave you all the opportunities to talk. Your time to talk is over. Bro, Joshua's whole demeanor is more than meets the eye, bro. He's flexing and so it looks like he's like he doesn't understand this, but it looks like you're covering something up. It looks like you're covering something up because, well, okay, first of all, people are saying you had a panic attack. That doesn't get your belts back. People are saying you got beat up in sparring. And he's like, it's like he's telling on himself. The more he does to tell us he's okay and point this picture, it's like when you break up with a chick and then she tried to act like she don't need you or something. So she has all these posts and quotes, and you could tell that she's subliminally targeting that at you. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've dated chicks and then, moved on or whatever. And I could tell the posts or tweets or whatever were geared at me. Block 40 Cal. Block him. Motherfucker talking about Ruiz won. No shit. Bro, these dudes just, that's what I'm saying. We got to get boxing back to where it's supposed to be. Ruiz won. Who said he didn't win, man? I'm the truth. So, listen, it's getting eerie around these parts. The stuff we say has been coming so true, and they know it. They know it. I'm gonna let you listen to Sky Sports. Listen.
That he has done. As British heavyweight boxing goes.
Adam Smith.
But you don't know. Ruiz says he wants to go off and look at the contract, and he's with Al Heyman and PBC, so they've got all the belts now because Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. But I think there's a lot of money.
I don't know his actual job title, but he said Al Heyman and Ruiz. He got to get with his team, and they got all the belts, which is what I told you. They know this. This is the head of Sky Sports, and he's like, "Damn, they got all the belts." He just told you. Listen,
in America for it to be there, so still to be decided, but it looks as though Anthony Joshua will have the chance to exact revenge on Andy Ruiz. But you don't know. Ruiz says he wants to go off and look at the contract, and he's with Al Heyman and PBC, so they've got all the belts now because Deontay Wilder holds the WBC title. But I've been told it is etched in stone that there will be a rematch at the end of the year, which will be obviously one of the biggest rematches of all time, especially as far as British heavyweight boxing goes.
So what I'm hearing from you is that there may be some circumstances that could prevent this from happening, or is that contract pretty much set in stone?
I haven't actually read the contract, but I presume it's absolutely in stone. And I think,
bro, they must be livid with Eddie Hearns right now, bro. Just listen. This is Sky Sports. This is Sky Sports' biggest star, bro. It's bad behind the scenes. I can promise you. I can promise you, it's bad behind the scenes. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm presuming. They don't know the contract. I'm telling you, I hope for Joshua's sake that whoever notarized or whatever the proper term is for the contract, they didn't do what Joshua and Eddie Hearns did to Andy Ruiz and overlook him and then not put some of the elusive details in the contract. Because if they overlook Andy Ruiz and then whoever pinned up the contract or how, typed it up or notarized it or whatever, didn't put specific things in the clauses, like, because I can understand there's a triggering of the rematch clause, but if they didn't put this must happen in the UK, this is going to be worse. Like if they didn't outline every detail like that, but keep listening. This is Sky Sports now.
We'll have a large say in that contract, I think, where the fight ends up. But obviously it will be down to money as usual. But we'd like to see it happen in the UK. I think AJ would like it to happen in the UK. I'm playing devil's advocate a little.
See, okay, so he said we'd like to see it in the UK. But This is why I don't trust what's being said from that faction. Adam Smith is saying we'd like to see it in the UK. Eddie Hearns is saying we want to see the rematch in the UK. Joshua did this vlog style on his own channel, like, yeah, don't let a win go to your head and a loss go to your heart and all this shit. And he talking to, I want to fight in New York. Bro, it looked like you had a severe panic attack. Do you really want to fight in New York again? You get what I'm saying? That's why it doesn't sound believable what Joshua says. So your whole team, the people in suits, are all saying, yeah, we won in the UK, we won in the UK. But I'm supposed to believe your vlog, your 4-minute vlog, where you're saying, yeah, I won in the UK. That's cool, but I'm good with New York too. You know your team don't want to know New York. That's why I said it don't sound believable.
Because I remember that when Lennox Lewis was knocked out by Oliver McCall and lost his WBC title, it took 2.5 years to get Oliver McCall back in the ring. It gave Lennox a chance to rebuild, realign himself with a new training team.
2.5 years before the rematch. Joshua got 4 months.
It took him a long time to get McCall back in the ring, and when he got him back in the ring, he did get the win over him when McCall broke down. So I just wonder, look, it's Don King, I think, may have been involved then. It was when you have the heavyweight belts, you don't let them go. But if they're, legally, I'm sure the rematch is there for, it's been triggered. The clause is there. Andy Ruiz will have to.
You see how uncertain he says, I haven't seen the contract, but I'm sure the rematch is there. Bro, they have to be sweating bullets. They just let their biggest star lose, not only lose, but lose embarrassingly, not controversial, not anything else, lose embarrassingly. Not only lose, he didn't lose to a Matchroom fighter. He didn't lose to anyone that's tied to them, like Michael Hunter or Usyk or something. Then it wouldn't be mad. It wouldn't be as bad if he lost to Filip Ergovic or Usyk or Dillian White or one of them dude, Michael Hunter, because at least they're tied. They underestimated Andy Ruiz so bad. They thought it was a once and done, and Gerald Miller messed up the event. It was a once and done. Joshua was finna knock him out, and they just inadvertently. It's like it's like me having the Soul Stone, and I inadvertently give it to Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Like Thanos puts on a fake mustache or something, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was Iron Man. He come with a hoodie, and he's like, oh yeah, it's me, Tony Stark, and I'm like, you look a little different, and he's like, yeah, hand me the Soul Stone, and I'm like, oh okay. Here's the Soul Stone. Here you go. And then it's like, surprise. Gotcha, bitch. And it's really not Tony Stark. It's not Iron Man. It's Thanos. The one person you didn't want to have the Soul Stone or the Infinity Stone, you accidentally give it to him. This is like some movie shit. But let's keep going.
Anthony Joshua's next fight, I believe, or he retires. Al Heyman has all the belts now. They're not going to let him go. So I'm sure he'd prefer to have the clauses there.
You heard? Did you hear? He said Al Heyman has all the belts now. I'm sure he's not going to want to let him go. So I'm sure they prefer it in America. Bro, they sweating bullets. Look.
Ruiz will have to fight Anthony Joshua's next fight, I believe, or he retires. Al Heyman has all the belts now. They're not going to want to let him go. So I'm sure he'd prefer to have Ruiz defending in LA or in Mexico. But it looks 100%, from what I've been told, that the rematch happens. It happens at the back end of 2000.
He said 100% from what I've been told. He don't even know what the contract says. They're looking at the details next week, bro. They looking at the details next week, bro. Eddie Hearn did a number. Barry Hearn, they know they're in a bad spot. He keeps saying it. People tell you how they feel, whether they say other shit. Oftentimes people will tell you how you feel. Why he keeps saying Al Heyman got the belts? Al Heyman out the bro. They are shook because their biggest catch cow took an embarrassing loss, and now they got to throw him right back into the fucking blender and hope he comes out in one piece. And it looks like maybe that's just a bad style matchup, and Andy Ruiz has his number,
2019. And as I said, I think it will be probably the most eagerly anticipated rematch involving a British heavyweight ever.
No, you were ringside, obviously. We saw a look of shock in your face, especially in the third, and then with what developed after that. Okay, what did you see? Was this just one of those things that happens in sport, or was there something significant that you noticed? How unthinkable would a second straight defeat be for Joshua? Where would that leave?
He said, "What if Joshua loses a second time?" Tell me I'm not on my shit. I said this before any video. This shit just came out. I've been on it. He's the question that whatever Sky Sports guy is asking the head of Sky Sports. You know, the head of Sky Sports. What happens if Joshua were to lose 2 times back to back? Listen.
Lots to digest there. I think if he loses to Ruiz again, he'll have to have a very long look at what he does with his boxing career going forwards, and that 2 defeats in a row would be very bad. I mean, we know at a lower level David Price did that when he went in with Tony Thompson.
David Price, who said that?
Rematch as well, but you know, he managed to come back to an extent, but it would be very damaging at world level if he was to lose to Ruiz again. I think he'll obviously try and right the wrongs with Robert McCracken and the team. I'm sure they'll look to utilise his physical advantages, and maybe he was a bit complacent going in. Maybe he...
No, bro, I'm the GOAT of this shit. I'm the GOAT. Adam Smith, the head of Sky Sports, just said what the fuck I've been telling you. Guys keep saying, oh yeah, you know, it was a fluke and easy win for Joshua. And I'm like, nah, this shit, the game just got interesting, you know. And Adam Smith just confirmed exactly what I said. He said, yeah, obviously if he were to lose again to Ruiz, then that would be very bad. And, you know, if he loses again to Ruiz, you know, at a world level, that'd be very damaging. Then he cited the same fight, David Price. Bro, I told you this new media shit is a motherfucker. We got people who we haven't even inducted in the new media, but they talking like new media because we all know the truth. We all know what I'm saying is true.
To Ruiz again, I think he'll obviously try and right the wrongs with Robert McCracken and the team. I'm sure they'll look to utilise his physical advantages, and maybe he was a bit complacent going in. Maybe he thought...
Maybe Joshua was a bit complacent. Who said in the build up to the fight, what the fuck is Joshua doing in Miami? Why is he there? Why is he doing MTV Cribs style vlogs? Why are you vlogging anyway? And I said, I've seen vlogs like Broner and also like Tank when they were training in Miami or wherever, right? They were training together, being on the same card. But the difference is they just had a cameraman following them. And it wasn't like during their train. Like Joshua had no sweat on him, and he had, you know, looked like he had makeup. Like he just, like he fucking Mario Lopez or something. Like extra. Like it was, that's what it seemed. Like he was just, like he was like on, like an on-site reporter. You know, yeah, this is a gym. I got a ring. I got a bigger ring, and I don't like the bigger ring. I like to work small. It's like you're not even working at all. Like you doing vlogs, bro. Now he talking about, oh, maybe he was a little bit complacent. Bro, I'm the GOAT.
Like most of it to Ruiz again, I think he'll obviously try and right the wrongs with Robert McCracken and the team. I'm sure they'll look to utilise his physical advantages, and maybe he was a bit complacent going in. Maybe he thought, like most of us, that Andy Ruiz will be blown away within a few rounds. And, you know, I think he started the fight sort of on the back foot, as though he almost wanted to sort of just, you know, test the waters. And I think he let Ruiz gain confidence. Remember?
He thought he was going to blow. He said maybe he thought he was going to blow him out in the first couple of rounds.
In the third round, he nearly, you know, he could have stopped him. He knocked him down.
Coulda,
hit him with a big
shoulda, woulda.
right hand after that. It looked like, you know, it would be AJ by knockout in 3, but Ruiz took the shots and came right back at him so quickly, and that left hook that disorientated him, I think, was the beginning of the downfall. I don't think he ever really recovered from it, and the legs seemed to go fairly quickly, and although he got up 4 times, you know, there just looked nothing left in him physically and mentally at the end.
Nothing left in him physically or mentally. This shit sound new media to me. There was nothing left with him mentally. You have the head of Sky Sports who, after Ego, is saying everything I said. You have the head of Sky Sports who invested a lot of money into Anthony Joshua and put a lot of faith into Eddie Hearn. And he's saying he had nothing physical left. The legs went really quick and he had nothing left mentally. And I told you, me felt like Joshua mentally kind of quit and gave up. So they know this.
Conspiracy theories about before the panic attack that he was meant to have had in the dressing room, the being hurt in sparring previously. I mean, they have said, Eddie Hearn has told me, and Anthony Joshua has said today, there was nothing wrong. He was absolutely fine coming into the ring. So, you know, people are going to look at all sorts of excuses, all sorts of ways at how it happened. Did he look like he was a little bit...
See, that's why I don't trust what they're saying, bro. You just admitted that he had nothing left physically or mentally. Then you thought, let me bring up, he said a lot of rumors and stuff, suggestions that he had a panic attack in the locker room or the dressing room and, felt shook. And then a lot of people were saying he was getting hurt in sparring. Bro, these are Freudian slips to me. Why is he even bringing that up? If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Why are you even addressing it? So you've already admitted that his performance was bad. You've already admitted that he looked like done physically and mentally. But then you said your justification, Adam Smith's justification was, oh yeah, Eddie Hearn and Joshua already told us that there was nothing wrong with him. He just had an off night. Yeah, I don't want to listen to just what they told me because Anthony Joshua already told me that he had physios, which caused work and bruises on his face. And then on May 28th, he said it was physios. May 31st, he said he had a lion in the camp. So why would I believe that? Bro, the more they talk, the more you will see new media ascend to greatness, and it's looking ugly for them. His only to shoot down the rumors, his only rebuttal is, yeah, Eddie Hearn and AJ came out and said it wasn't true. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to believe that. And Eddie Hearn also said that Deontay Wilder sold 6,000 tickets, and I was there, and there was 13,000 people there, and I got the email from PBC and everything. So yeah, they say a lot of stuff, right? Unless you six, I ain't the smartest brother in the world. 6,000 plus 6,000, that's 12,000. So you mean to tell me, while Eddie Hearn was covering the Inoue fight on DAZN, you mean to tell me that he knows what was going on at a whole nother fight in a whole nother region, and PBC gave out more than 6,500 tickets for free. They comped 6,500 tickets for Wilder. So, bro, it's looking ugly.
Coming into the ring. So people are going to look at all, and Eddie Hearn has told me, and Anthony Joshua at the end, all the conspiracy theories about before the panic attack that he was meant to have had in the dressing room, the being hurt in sparring previously. They have said, Eddie Hearn has told me, and Anthony Joshua has said today, there was nothing wrong. He was absolutely fine coming into the ring. So people are going to look at all sorts of excuses, all sorts of ways at how it happened. Did he look like he was a little bit different, a little bit lost in the ring? Possibly looking back at it, maybe.
See how the British are trying to use all this. That's we call it in America. We call it sidestepping, bro. You're not answering direct questions. We want to know direct answer. He said, did it possibly look like a little bit, like there was a, maybe perhaps a small amount? That's sidestepping. You saying all this? Did it perhaps look a little bit like maybe something could have possibly been wrong, bro? I don't believe that. You sidestepping. You just said, okay, this is what Adam Smith said. Let's just break this down. You said, looked like Joshua had nothing left physically or mentally. Then you say all these conspiracy theories, there's no truth to them because Eddie Hearn told me and Anthony Joshua told you on his YouTube channel that was scripted, and that, we don't know if there's cue cards he's reading, nothing like that. It wasn't like talking to a interviewer, asking questions on the spot. So you said, oh, it can't be true because those two people who have proven to not be truthful in certain situations, and I've given you examples, told us that none of these things are the case. Then you just said, oh, yeah, was there possibly something that could have, maybe he looked a little bit rattled up? Bro, and you wonder why I don't believe this. You must think I'm stupid. Listen.
Into the ring. So people are going to look at all sorts of excuses, all sorts of ways at how it happened.
Not an excuse.
Did he look like he was a little bit different, a little bit lost in the ring? Possibly looking back at it, maybe nerves, I don't know. He'd been performing at Wembley and at the Principality in front of many more people. So, yes, he had pressure on him because Deontay Wilder had knocked out Dominic Breazeale. So.
Bro, I could shut shit down in seconds. He said, yeah, he's fought in front of many more people. But like Wilder said, yo, people too. He's fighting at Wembley. That's different. He's fighting before his crowd. he didn't previously have to compete with Wilder's. Okay, first of all, he wasn't fighting in America. Competing with Wilder just had a New York knockout 2 weeks before. And then he had a guy that people didn't expect him to be in there with. It was the whole setup was disastrous. You know, he probably felt pressured because he was American debut, not your original opponent. Everyone knows you only have 5 weeks. Wilder just blasted someone out in 1 round. That's why people know, you know, that's why the pressure mounted in this given situation, because they looked at the guy's body. They seen that he's a 5-week late replacement. They remember Wilder just had a viral performance. Wilder and Al Heyman started dropping all these, oh, I'm fighting Tyson Fury, I'm fighting Luis Ortiz, and all this on your fight week, etc., right? Block Harold Tatum. And then now all of a sudden you're saying, oh, but he's blocked in front of more people. Yeah, but it's the circumstance.
Quickly over in Brooklyn. So, you know, there was a pressure on him to perform.
So, bro, he's all over the place. He just said, oh, I don't see why he would have been weirded out or have anxiety. But, of course, there was pressure on him to perform. Bro, I don't know what the Brits think is going on. He is all over the place, just like Eddie Hearn, just like Anthony Joshua. So you said it can't be true. They're conspiracy theories. Okay. And then you say, yeah, I mean, I don't know why. You're acting like you don't know why he would be pressured. He's not fighting at home. Right? He's not. He just, the other fights, he didn't have to compete with Wilder's Block Spence fan club. Shooters, y'all got to get, I don't have time for this. You guys got to do this. I'm trying to listen.
Into the ring. So, you know, people are going to look at all sorts of excuses, all sorts of ways at how it happened. Did he look like he was a little bit different, a little bit lost in the ring? Possibly looking.
Did he look like he was a little bit different? So you admitted he looked different, but then you said it was a conspiracy theory. Then you're trying to, bro, this don't look like a cover up. Listen.
We've had in the dressing room, the being hurt in sparring previously. I mean, they have said, Eddie Hearn has told me, and Anthony Joshua has said today, there was nothing wrong. He was absolutely.
The thing they don't understand, I don't know what's going on in the UK. It's not about what you said. It's about what was seen. Bro, the more they talk, the worse it's getting. It's not about what you're saying. Oh yeah, Eddie Hearn and Joshua told you and told me that it's not about that. It's about what we seen. It's about what we seen. That's what it's about.
We've had in the dressing room, the being hurt in sparring previously. I mean, they have said, Eddie Hearn has told me, and Anthony Joshua has said today, there was nothing wrong. He was absolutely fine coming into the ring. So, you know, people are going to look at all sorts of excuses, all sorts of ways at how it happened. Did he look like he was a little bit different, a little bit lost in the ring? Possibly looking back at it, maybe nerves, I don't know. You know, he'd been performing at Wembley and at the Principality in front of many more people. So, yes, he had pressure on him because Deontay Wilder had knocked out Dominic Breazeale so quickly over in Brooklyn. So, you know, there was a pressure on him to perform and make another statement. But I don't think so. I think ultimately he lost because tactically he slightly got it wrong at the beginning, and then he was caught and he never really recovered. And, you know, you've got to give credit to Andy Ruiz for going in there with no pressure on his shoulders, old-fashioned, fast hands, took the fight to him. I think Joshua should have, you know, backed him up behind a jab, utilised uppercuts and body shots, but he didn't. It was Ruiz that connected quicker, better. Then he worked the body in the 6th round. Fully deserved the win. It was AJ on a bad night and Andy Ruiz on a tremendous one, and a huge upset, one of the biggest we've ever seen in boxing.
Bro, damage control. Damage control, bro. So this is okay. This is how I interpret why I say damage control. Because in one regard, he's admitting that there were reasons to have Joshua shook. There were reasons that Joshua would possibly shook. He said, oh yeah, because Wilder, he had a great knockout in 1 round. So yeah, there was pressure for him to perform, and yeah, I mean he was fighting first time fighting in America. So yeah, there's pressure for him to perform. But I don't know why. I don't know why he would have anxiety. I don't know why he would have pressure because he had fought and boxed in front of way more people. But you just admitted that you understand why there's pressure, but then you try to minimize and say, oh yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure why he would feel a type of way. What do you guys believe? You can't have it both ways. In one regard, you're saying you knew there was pressure to perform, but then you're acting like you can't understand why he would be shook. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. I can't trust all over the place type. You know, they got to just do interviews and edit it and edit pieces out.
On a bad night, because as you said, the conspiracy rumors have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed there.
See, look, this is the UK. So the dude said, okay, so the conspiracy rumors are now laid to bed. How? How? You see how they're just so dismissive? You see how it's so dismissive? He said, okay, well, that settles that. It reminds me of the Dave Chappelle. He was like, apparently this broke into a house and hung up pictures of him and his family. You know, this is an open and shut case, Johnson. Sprinkle some crack on it. You know what I'm saying? Open and shut case, huh? Open and shut case.
And there's many more. This one and a huge upset. One of the biggest.
Listen, he's like, it's laid to rest now.
AJ on a bad night, because as you said, the conspiracy rumors have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed there.
Well, and then there's many more as well.
Bro, how did he lay him to bed? He didn't say nothing. He didn't say, bro, do you notice this? The UK gotta stand up, bro. You gotta stand up. You guys are looking crazy by allowing this. Nobody has said anything about the sparring knockout if it's true. Nobody is actually saying, no, the fuck that didn't happen. You notice no person, like, okay, let's say somebody said Johnny kissed a guy in the mouth and Johnny didn't kiss a guy in the mouth. He'd be like, no, the hell I didn't, you know, or Johnny grabbed this girl's butt and you know you didn't. You would just say, I didn't do that shit. You know, or Johnny went to the party and you know you were at home. You would not. You would just simply denounce what was being said. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, but AJ and Eddie told you guys and told me. Oh, it's put to bed. No, it's not. Listen.
That connected quicker, better. Then he worked the body in the 6th round. Fully deserved the win. It was AJ on a bad night and Andy Ruiz on a tremendous one and a huge upset, one of the biggest we've ever seen in boxing.
AJ on a bad night, because as you said, the conspiracy rumors have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed there.
Well, and then there's many more as well that I've read, you know, and we don't really need to go there. To be honest, it was what unraveled.
He said there's many more rumors that I read, like Joey Dwecko knocked out Joshua and he had a concussion. And he got hurt in sparring. And he just said, I don't need to go there. You've explained nothing. Just like Anthony Joshua's video. This is why nobody believes it. Joshua never actually said that I didn't get knocked out in sparring. You notice that. Go listen. You know, some people can, I don't even know the word, like I don't know the term for it, but maybe inadvertently lie. Like if somebody was like, hey, Ego, did you smash J-Lo? And then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And if I know I did not have sex with J-Lo and someone said, hey, Ego, there's a rumor that you smashed J-Lo and, you know, you hit that. You hit that, Ego? And I'm playing games like, and I just walk away. Of course, people are going to insinuate that it's true because they asked me a question. Now, I didn't technically lie. You know, semantics. I didn't technically lie because I didn't answer it. But when you do all that goofy shit, then we know what that means. And if I knew I didn't have sex with J-Lo, then why wouldn't I just say No, that's not true. I never even hung with J-Lo. So I don't know where you got that information. Boom. Dead it right there. They're not even dead. He just said, oh, yeah, there's many more rumors, presumably. The only rumors, he addressed the panic attack, but he didn't really address anything. And the other rumor was the concussion, him getting beat up or hurt in sparring, and the physio and the black eyes. And he's like, but I'm not going to go there. It's called lying by omission. Oh, see? Learn something new. That exactly. He just said, oh, well, I'm not going to even take it there. Listen.
Because as you said, the conspiracy rumours have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed there.
Well, and then there's many more as well that I've read, you know, and we don't really need to go there. To be honest, it was what unravelled in front of our eyes was a big shock. Not the shock that maybe Anthony Joshua would lose at some point in his career, I think.
Bro, I'm done. He said it was a shock, not a shock that Anthony Joshua would lose at some point of his career. They knew the product that they had, bro. Who says that? He said it was a shock, but not really a shock that Anthony Joshua would lose. This is why the Deontay Wilder fight didn't happen, people. You guys can believe me. You can believe them. It doesn't matter. But new media is out here, bro. New media is really out here. He said it wasn't a shock that Anthony Joshua would lose at some point. Who said that?
It was what unravelled in front of our eyes was a big shock. Not the shock that maybe Anthony Joshua would lose at some point in his career. I think, you know, with the vulnerability he's shown a little bit with Vladimir Klitschko and Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin, I think most of us felt that at some point he would lose and would come back, but we felt...
Bro, he just said, Sky, I am the greatest, bro. I am the greatest, dog. This shit is now we getting somewhere. Now we cooking, bro. Did you hear what this man just said, head of Sky Sports? I hope y'all heard that. Did y'all hear that, y'all? Smash the like button. He just said with the vulnerabilities that we've all seen within Anthony Joshua, we all probably figured that he would lose at some point. The vulnerabilities he showed in the Klitschko fight, and he listed multiple fights. He said the Klitschko fight, the Povetkin fight, and I think he said something else. They're admitting that they knew he was vulnerable or susceptible. So they probably know whatever about him getting sat down, like chin issues or whatever. They probably know. They know because they know the details in sparring. That's why they're keeping it mum and keeping it hush, bro. I hope y'all heard that. This is the head of Sky Sports. Look, they mad, bro. Ego, you peddling fake news, bro. Yeah, people believe you over me when I just let you listen to it. Bro, this new media shit is inevitable. It's fake news, but you guys heard him say it. I don't even have to say this shit. All I have to do is analyze it with you. Old media is shook than a motherfucker, bro. I'll play it again.
Vulnerability he's shown a
list.
It was what unravelled in...
Because as you said, the conspiracy rumours have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed.
And it sounded like he said, listen.
Because as you said...
He said the conspiracy rumors, it sounded like he was going to say the conspiracy rumors have been avoided. That's what it sounded like he was going to say, and he cut himself off and stuttered. Bro, I'm telling you, this is damage control. Tell me it don't sound like he said the conspiracy rumors have been put to bed. Listen.
The conspiracy rumours have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed.
That man said the conspiracy put to bed. Okay, bro. New media is a motherfucker.
A huge upset, one of the biggest
Listen.
we've ever seen in boxing.
AJ on a bad night, because as you said, the conspiracy rumours have been rife, aren't they? And I think you've laid them to bed there.
Well, and then there's many more as well that I've read, you know, and we don't really need to go there. To be honest, it was what unravelled in front of our eyes was a big shock. Not the shock that maybe Anthony Joshua would lose at some point in his career. I think, with the vulnerability he's shown a little bit with Vladimir Klitschko and Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin, I think most of us felt that at some point he would lose and would come back, but we felt it wouldn't happen against Andy Ruiz. Yeah, Rob McCracken.
Bro, I'm a fucking legend. I am the GOAT. He just said we all thought he would lose at some point and then he would come back, but we didn't think that he would lose to Andy Ruiz. The head of Sky Sports, people tell on themselves I am the GOAT when it comes to this shit, bro. Forensic Files. He just told you multiple times that they knew he would probably lose, right? And we figured he would probably lose at some point and then maybe come back because we've seen vulnerabilities in his fight with Klitschko. We've seen the vulnerabilities in the Povetkin fight, but we just didn't think he would lose to Andy Ruiz. He just said that. He just said that. I never in my fucking life heard Leonard Ellerbe say, yeah, we all knew, like, Floyd hasn't lost, but he never said that about Floyd. I've never once heard Leonard Ellerbe say, he'd be like, Floyd's TBE. You know how Leonard be talking. What can I say? Floyd's TBE. In the discussion. Like, I ain't never heard Leonard Ellerbe talk about, oh yeah, we figured, Floyd would lose. You never heard that, bro. They knew what they had and they sold it, And they didn't listen.
Most of us felt that at some point he would lose. Vulnerability.
This motherfucker said most of us felt.
He's shown a little bit with Vladimir Klitschko and Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin. I think most of us felt.
He said the vulnerabilities he's shown with Klitschko, Povetkin, and Dillian White, most of us thought he would lose.
Anthony Joshua would lose at some point in his career. I think, with the vulnerability he's shown a little bit with Vladimir Klitschko and Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin. I think most of us felt that at some point he would lose and would come back, but we felt it wouldn't happen against Andy Ruiz. Yeah, Rob McCracken.
Bro, they just told on themselves. Chesmeen from the UK, £1 super chat. Bro. He just said we felt he would lose at some point. We just didn't think he would lose to Andy Ruiz. So, once again, this was the worst possible things because everything is coming out. Okay, so now we have a team. We have a team, supposed to be a cohesive team, and everybody's saying different shit. Oh, they big mad, bro. Hey, shooters just handle this shit. I don't care what they talking about. Shooters just handle it. And the funny, he said I edited the interview. I just played it straight back. Anyway, bro, they big mad. Bro, you can't. I told you this new meeting, bro. They are shook. They are scared. They don't know what to do. Bro, how can I edit what he just said? He just said we felt Joshua would lose at some point with the vulnerabilities he showed with Dillian White, Povetkin, Klitschko. We all figured, most of us thought, that's what he said. Most of us thought he would lose at some point. We just didn't think he would lose to Andy Ruiz. There's nothing to edit. He said that. Bro, there's a video for it too. I told y'all to leave me alone, bro. We gonna get to the bottom of it. So, once again, you have a team that's in unison, and they said okay. So just listen to the team, bro. That's all you got to do. Anthony Joshua, hey, did you underestimate Andy Ruiz? Oh, no, I didn't underestimate him. He says, the head of Sky, Adam Smith, says, oh, yeah, maybe Anthony Joshua got a bit complacent, because it was Andy Ruiz. And, oh, yeah, we figured he would lose, but we didn't think he would lose to Andy Ruiz. So Joshua said, I didn't underestimate him. But Adam Smith of Sky Sports, who televised the fight, and obviously the UK connection, He just said that. So now does it feel like they underestimated him? When he just said we figured he would lose at some point and probably come back. We just didn't think it would be to Andy Ruiz. How much more clear can it be? Now, going deeper. Oh, yeah, this is what we do. Please smash the like button, bro. The haters is mad. Does this sound like a team that wanted to fight with Luis Ortiz on 5-week notice switching to a southpaw? Because that's what Eddie Hearn pushed. That's what Eddie Hearn said. We offered so much money and Ortiz didn't want it. But they just said we didn't think he would lose. We knew he would lose. We didn't think he would lose to him. Does it sound like a team that wants to fight Deontay Wilder? Honestly. Does it sound like a team that wants to fight Deontay Wilder? He just said most of us knew with the vulnerability shown in the Dillian White, Klitschko, and other performances with Povetkin, the vulnerability shown, most of us felt he would lose, right? Most of us felt he would lose. We just didn't think it would be against Andy Ruiz. He said that. I made some shit. So once again, I told you, old media is fucking dead. I don't know how many other ways that I could tell you and show you what has been going on. So you wanted to fight the number one puncher in boxing who is talking about killing men, but Joshua has a sports psychologist because he wants to know how to deal with pressure situations. If he has a guide to beat Andy Ruiz, and what if Andy Ruiz lands that big shot? So you got a sports psychologist for the first time in your career because training camps were, quote, fucking me up. Training camps were fucking you up. You said you have a guide. A guide. That doesn't sound confident. A guide? I have a guide? Like he's reading a manual. I told you. Joshua is almost like speaking with the kid. Like it has to be laid out in steps. Step 1. Like, like an IKEA manual or something. Some fucking pictures of how to beat Andy Ruiz. He said, I have a guide. These are direct quotes. Look it up. He said, I have a guide to beat Andy Ruiz, but the Navy SEAL turned sports psychologist is helping me deal with pressure, right? I have a guide to beat Andy Ruiz, but what if he hits me with one big shot? And then to make that even more fucked up, he did hit you with one big shot, and Adam Smith and everyone knew you did not fully recover. It got worse for you from that, right? So you hired a sports psychologist, paid him whatever. Just like I said before, that doesn't change when you're under siege. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something you just learned. You learn something for one camp. Bro, laws of attraction. You can't put that type of stuff in your mind. You're talking about losing. You're talking about, what if I lose? What if I get hit with a big shot? I don't hear Wilder, Floyd, Triple G or anybody else, Canelo. I don't hear none of them talking about that. I don't. So like I said, this really sounds like the people who were, meet with me. I told you this shit was a front. Meet with me, fuck these other fights, become undisputed. But your team is saying, we knew he would lose at some point. We just didn't think it'd be against Andy Ruiz. Okay, so who did you think he would lose to? 6'7" black guy from Alabama, maybe, that hits hard as fuck. Bro, the damage control, I told you, the more they talk, the worse it'll be. It's getting worse. That's what happened. I told you, it's just this new media shit is real. Just like when Wilder, I'm smoking him out. Wilder did that, and then after he just chilled. He was dealing with Tyson Fury, and then it was Eddie Hearn and AJ who kept talking and having to scramble whilst contradicting what they had previously said. When you're in the lead, it becomes easier. If you're being truthful and you're in the lead, it becomes easier and easier to all you have to do is just maintain. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like a football game. I said this. It's like a football game. It's fourth quarter and there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So you got a 2-minute warning, you got one timeout, and you're down by 5 touchdowns. You got to do all this loony Hail Marys and onside kicks and, fight for the ball even though they whistled. You got to do all this extra shit because you down by 5 touchdowns. That's what's happening with old media. All that stuff, we paid attention. We paid attention to what you said. Wilder smoked him out, and he just sat back, and he didn't really have to do much after that. He really didn't. New media smoked him out. We don't have to do nothing. All they have to do is just talk about this stuff now. You know what I'm saying? All we have to do is just talk about it. Sad, really. Really sad. Bro, they just said we knew he would lose. Who said? Whose team is saying that? Especially while they have him as a fighter. Oh, we knew. He just said we most of us knew he would lose. Most of us knew he would lose. We just didn't think it would be against Andy Ruiz. If that's not an admission, then I don't know what it is. So if you knew he would lose, but you didn't think it would be against Andy Ruiz, then who did you think he would lose to? Maybe Luis Ortiz, a decorated Cuban who's bigger than Andy Ruiz, who's a southpaw unlike Andy Ruiz, who gets on his toes, who can box. Oh, yeah, that's right, and has power and is mean. You didn't think he would lose to Andy Ruiz, but you knew he would lose. So who did you think he would lose to? Klitschko's retired. Oh, maybe that 6'7" guy, the Black Channel with braids. Why would I lose to Deontay Wilder? Shooters, there's an imposter among us. Get rid of them. I just want to start testing my shooters. You police the comment section and tell me where lies the problem, and get rid of them. Bro, it's getting worse and worse. I'm for sure picking Andy Ruiz in a rematch. I don't care if they fight in the UK. I don't care if they fight on Saturn's rings. I don't care if they fight in Mexico. I don't care if they fight at Taco Bell parking lot. I am picking Andy Ruiz just like I do because I have a pretty good intuition, and when someone has showed me more consistency, then they're gonna have to unravel that. Like, if they've shown me inconsistency, then it's their burden to prove me wrong. So I will be picking Andy Ruiz if the fight happens. If the fight happens, I'm definitely picking Andy Ruiz because I have to go off of consistency. Andy Ruiz is not talking like this, and in every single interview saying something different, bro. But Eddie Hearns, Sky Sports, AJ's team, AJ's fans, this is what it's coming to. And it's getting embarrassing, bro. It's getting embarrassing. Like, real talk, just human to human. It's getting embarrassing what we doing to old media. All over the place. AJ saying, oh, I did not underestimate Andy Ruiz. But then the boss of Sky Sports, Adam Smith, is saying, oh, yeah, I don't know what happened, why he lost, but maybe he just got complacent and, like we all did. They didn't think he would beat him. Oh, we always knew he would lose. We just didn't think he'd lose to Andy Ruiz. Sounds like you did. This is getting embarrassing. Yeah, Saturn's ring. I don't care where the fuck they fight. They can fight at Legoland. I'm picking Ruiz. Ruiz in 6. Holla. Man, I don't care where they fight. DC at Discovery Zone. Like, they can fight wherever, bro. I got to go with what's consistent. That's what I told you. This game wasn't going to work too much longer for old media. Because now you're putting pressure on yourself and you're putting pressure on something that you can't win. And then the beginning of it, Adam Smith admitted what new media said. If Joshua loses again, then he's going to have some soul searching to do. Bro, look. If he loses to Ruiz again, he'll have to take a long look at his career. Adam Smith on Joshua. Bro, who else said that? Who else said that? That's what I'm saying. Joshua, man, I feel Like, never mind. I'm gonna stop saying that because I don't feel bad. Because Joshua, it's up to him as a man to stop this from happening. It really is. Then now on top, bro. They underestimate. This is why you don't underestimate shit, because this one underestimation has pushed a lot of shit back. You know, pushed a lot of shit back and really messed it up for Matchroom, especially when all your fighters, like, you know, like you had that card and a lot of people didn't look stellar. But beyond that, what was I gonna say? Smash the like button. Man, everything they said was wrong. They said AJ more famous than Canelo. No numbers came out. And Canelo at least won his last fight. They said Wilder deserves 10%. Wilder should have signed to DAZN. Everything they said has been wrong, and they've been made to pay in such a crucial way. They say laughed at Wilder's ticket sales. Oh yeah, Wilder sells 6,000 tickets. Okay, how many tickets is Joshua selling in America? Shit, if he sells tickets, you're gonna see Mexican flags and all types of shit, because Ruiz is the A side. So if he sells tickets in America next time, it's gonna be because of Andy Ruiz. You know, Andy gonna show you how to get it done. Now, Andy Ruiz just did an interview, and he said, "You want me to fight in the UK? I need 50 million, bro." They better hope they put these things in the contract. See, and this is scary. It's scary, but wait, there's more. This is scary for rematch room, slave room, because if you didn't anticipate losing, you might have just pencil whipped and just ran through the contract and just put the basic, like, you know, made sure it had a rematch clause in there, but not had detailed breakdowns of where the rematch was to take place or between what dates and what dates. Or I'm telling you, bro, if they did, because they listen, they're telling you multiple things, but one of the things they're telling you is they didn't think Andy Ruiz could win. So it is very easy to, like, okay, it's just like being at work. Say there's a procedure you have to do at work, and nobody really checks it, and then you have to, let's say, you have to walk and count the appliances in the warehouse, all the refrigerators, right? And then you just sign your name as if you did it, because no one really checks it. So the next day you get called into the manager's office because you pencil whipped it. You just signed it as if you did it. And then the district manager happened to walk and seen that you just walked over there, signed it, and didn't count, and the counts are off. Who's going to get in trouble? You're going to get in trouble because you didn't detail it. And then that one time you didn't detail it was the time that they actually checked it. So if you didn't anticipate losing, then it's not out of the question to think that you didn't go in depth as far as what should take place in the rematch, like the location and stuff, because you didn't even think you were going to lose anyway. So they better hope they covered their tracks and their writers or underwriters or whatever they're called were detailed enough to go through each parameter and, you know, request the UK is it, or I don't know what the contract says. And then shout out to Fred, Barbershop Conversation. Bro, it's going down. Eddie's getting kind of ran out of America. Like, there's just so much going on. Slave Room. Fred, he's the one, I don't know what made him. It's the Boxing Voice did an interview, and he found archive footage of Eddie Hearns.
Signed the contract and sent it to him. Said, got any comments? Come back to me.
I'm glad you brought it up. It says you signed it. Joshua made all these videos saying he was going to sign, and then...
No, he's me. I own the promotional rights for Anthony Joshua. He doesn't sign.
See, there was a misunderstanding, obviously,
when
because everyone thought he was signing.
No, when he says, I've signed...
And then Shelley went... You know, Shelley told World Boxing News,
yeah, I know,
Anthony said he was going to sign it. There was no signature.
I own the promotional rights for Anthony Joshua for the next 3 years.
So for all his fights...
He's not tied up like the slave contract.
Bro, Eddie Hearns said, I own the promotional rights of Anthony Joshua. Shout out to Ness, Boxing Voice. Shout out to Fred, Barbershop Conversations. Bro, it's looking ugly as hell right now. I told you, do it. This wasn't finna be fly, bro. America's different. I'm telling you, it's different. I try to warn y'all. You got different factions and people paying attention to what you saying. People got videos. There's nobody saying nothing. Like, I know the YouTube guidelines. I know the YouTube community guidelines. I got legal assistance. I'm not doing anything that's outside of, so nobody can come for me in that way. Because I haven't done anything. I'm not attacking no groups. I'm not oppressing anyone. I'm not promoting anything negative. Like I'm just talking boxing. You got people paying attention. I told you this wasn't good. It wasn't good. He just said, I don't know if he just said, did he say I am Anthony Joshua? Hey, bro, he just told you, like you see in the title, he's not the boss. Listen, he said, I am Joshua.
Got any comments? Come back to me.
I'm glad you brought it up. It says you signed it. Joshua made all these videos saying he was going to sign, and then...
No, he's me. I own the promotional rights for Anthony Joshua. He doesn't sign.
There was a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
obviously,
when
everyone thought he was signing.
No, when he says I've signed...
And then Shelley went... Shelley told World Boxing News.
Yeah, I know.
Anthony said he was going to sign it. There was no signature.
I own the promotional rights for Anthony Joshua for the next 3 years.
So for all his fights,
He's not tied up.
Damn. He said, I own this. Slave Room. Once again, new media and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder have been exonerated and vindicated. Wilder said, Anthony Joshua. He said, Anthony Joshua, you're not your own boss. He said, I'm betting on myself. Joshua is not his own boss. I'm my own boss. So that is proof. Shout out to Ness from the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversation. That is proof. He said, I am Joshua. Cause I'm Mike Lowry. They pulled out, they went into the archives on Eddie, bro. Oh my gosh. What I tell you, doing this, and the thing that's so funny about this new media shit, they can't do this to me. You can't take no video I said 8 months ago and then bring it up and I'm saying talking about groups of people or saying racist shit because that's not me. I'm not doing it. I don't have nothing to protect. I don't have nothing to lie, other than protect my surname and integrity and shit. But you get what I'm saying? I'm not protecting no lie. I'm not changing my stories, shit like that. So, yeah, man, Matchroom is looking shaky. And I told you, guilty by association. DAZN, this was the first point of sale that they hired for representation in the boxing world. For Bellator, they're on DAZN. I don't even know who the fuck I watched a couple of their fights, Michael Venom Page and Aaron Pico and shit, right? I don't even know who the Bellator guy is. Who owns it. I don't know who the promoters are or nothing. I just know the fights. But like I said, Eddie Hearn, all in the video, doing interviews and stuff. This is why it comes back to bite you. Bro, there's no way you could be in this social media age and not keep it a buck and do several interviews and that shit don't come back to bite you unless you're being truthful. How come they can't do this to Deontay Wilder? How come they can't go to Deontay Wilder and he said, I'm my own boss, and then show paperwork where, he has no say in his career? Any of y'all artists want to stay artists, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer, all in the video, dancing. Come to Slave Room. All in the video. And then Barry Hearn, bro, they're making it so much worse for themselves. Barry Hearn did a follow-up. So the UK media wait a whole month and a half, 2 months to catch up with Barry Hearn. See, anytime Wilder's about to fight, they could catch up with the Hearns within 2 days and shit and do interviews with, people in bunk beds and, people at coffee spots and all types of shit. But allegedly, when Barry Hearn says something that offended people, he's not made to come up with something right then and there in terms of a response. Like after the press conference, for example. How come after the press conference, nobody from the UK said, yo, what was that about? slave trade. What are you referring to? You know, and they putting shit like it's cool. I seen the titles. The titles was like, yeah, Barry Hearn, you know, kick-ass speech and epic speech and glorious speech. Like, this is some cool shit. You hurt people's feelings. Like, you offended people. Anyway, I told you how this is going to play out. Everything comes through new media. Everything in America comes through new media now. You know? But he took like 2 months to respond. Then when he responds, he tells a different story, shit that he wasn't even saying on there. And then he tries to act like people are stupid if they couldn't understand what he was talking about. So shut the fuck up. That's what he said. The video is up on the internet right now. He says, if you don't know boxing history, then shut the fuck up. Okay. See how they doing over slave room, rematch room? Bro, they should have never did this. Look, they getting hit from all angles. Eddie Hearn, he just lost his cash cow. Now what do you do? See, I told you Eddie Hearn should have been strengthening his relationship with America. You just lost your biggest star, you know? And then if he loses again, that's what I'm saying. They need to really think about pulling the trigger on this rematch, because Joshua has hope. You know, he's a good fighter. He has hope to improve. But if you're going to damage him more by forcing him to get in there with Andy Ruiz, because if he loses to Andy Ruiz again, it's a wrap. Yeah, he could fight, you know, Joseph Parker rematches, Dillian White rematches, stuff. But I'm saying it's a wrap as far as being, you know, this cash cow and demanding it's already a wrap demanding anything versus Deontay Wilder. They already messed up that bag. But, you know, you're not even going to be thought of in the picture. People are going to be worried about Andy Ruiz, Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz. Well, he's about to get the fight. And Wilder. It's going to be Wilder, Tyson Fury, and Andy Ruiz, if Andy Ruiz again. They putting a lot of pressure on Joshua. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a lot of pressure at Slave Room. It really is. And it's sad. It's sad because, you know, I told you Joshua's like a racehorse. You got a jockey this big, and all he's doing is like pulling the reins and, you know, digging his feet. And then Joshua's doing all the grunt work. Joshua got to take the punches and all that. You know, Joshua is Seabiscuit. Smash the like button. Y'all know what it is, man. Stop playing with me. I told you we bringing reality back. We bringing reality back into this game, integrity back into this game, you know. You know, that's why it's cool. To me, I like when little shit shakes up the division. Tell all these promoters and networks that it's not cool to keep these fights away, because all these guys are just trying to get paychecks and stuff, and they'll get more fanfare by just doing what's right, you know. People will understand it. Block Mr. Wonderful. Address me as the Don. I don't know you. They worried about how I get paid. Bro, listen, can y'all just pay me super chats for being right when they start hating like this, bro? He's like, you get paid through YouTube. And how's that an insult? Bro, come on, man. We got to bring the game back. He said it like it was an insult. You have to follow YouTube rules. Old media is so hurt right now. They don't know what to do. When did I ever say that I hate YouTube, or, you know, that I don't follow YouTube rules? But the difference is I'm a boss, so I made this out of nothing. I was working regular jobs just like most of America, you know. I was working regular jobs, but then I parlayed it into something. I flipped it into something. Now we got The Voice. Now we got a business. Now fighters know me, you know, personally. Now I know fighters, so I'm not mad, you know. I'm cool. I'm thankful. YouTube put me in a lot of positions. Get to travel, meet good people. You know, this ain't about. Wasn't even talking about YouTube, bro. They are hurt. They are hurt. I told you what we do. They are hurt. They talking about my beard and hair and eyes and glasses and my job and how much money bro. They hurt. They hurt. Y'all know that. Y'all know what that means. That's just like when the bad guy get shot and he's about to fall off a mountain. He just grabbed Bruce Willis or some shit. You know, Hans Gruber, a bunch of Hans Grubers. I'm John McClane. You Hans Gruber. You just holding on. You know you about to fall. You about to fall, bro. You about to fall off the Nakatomi Plaza. And you just trying to grab me and so we both fall. Nope. I made a pact for boxing fans. You know, I'm the king of Nakatomi Plaza. I'm John McClane. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yippee-ki-yay. You know, I was always a little partial to Roy Rogers. Thanks for the advice. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm Bruce Willis. I'm Ego Willis of this motherfucker. Oh my gosh, I'm John McClane. They didn't want new media. New media was in the vents, barefoot. Came out the trenches like John McClane, getting dirty, getting the wife beater dirty, doing the grunt work other people too scared to do in this media game. Straight up, I'm John McClane. That's my new alias. Call me Ego McClane. Thanks for the advice. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Ego Willis. And I know you feel this. Man, I'm Ego McClane. We was crawling in that vents. We was in the ducts. We was in them air ducts. Doing all the hard work. Saving the whole building. And the building is boxing. Boxing is Nakatomi Plaza. You know? Ego part 3 with a vengeance. Oh my gosh, I'm John McClane. I'm the last Boy Scout too. Oh my God, bro. Y'all laughing because y'all know I'm John McClane with this shit. A bunch of Hans Grubers and shit try to pull us down. Oh, fuck you, dude. Shut up. I hate your show. Oh my God. A bunch of Hans Grubers. Just fall your ass off this building like a good old media supposed to. I just came across your page not even a month ago, but I fuck with your content and how you deliver the truth. I appreciate you. Thank you. You know, we got room to grow. We got more to do. There's other stuff, you know, we gonna be talking about. Look, I'm gonna show you. Look, this is why they mad, bro. The new media shit is real. Look, I did a video about the two most talked about heavyweights. Wilder and Andy Ruiz 5 hours ago. Oh my God. We already got 53,000 views on this shit. Oh my gosh. We live right now, people. Look, there go Anthony Joshua and Barry and Eddie right there. Look, this is what they mad at. Oh shit. Hit him 2-hour video. Hit him with another 5. Oh my God. Another 7.8. Oh shit. Another 46, bro. They sick to their stomach. I told you I done the livest gates. They hot right now, bro. We doing numbers. We doing numbers like the Roots. Shout out to Real Brothers. Shout out to the shooters holding it down. So yeah, man, it's an uphill battle for Joshua. They're really putting him in a difficult position. It's like Randolph. We're back, Mortimer. Oh, Mortimer, we're back. Yeah, bro. That's AJ, Barry, and Eddie. AJ got to be his own man, because it's do or die season. What's his name? Ego take 2 ass to bed. Hey, bro. Each video got more views than DAZN's fight last week. Hey, you wildin', bro. We just have fun with this boxing. What can I say? But yeah, man, you see Adam Smith saying the same thing. He just told you this is a must-win scenario for Anthony Joshua. He said if not, he's gonna have to take a long consideration. I don't see why you would. Oh, I do and I don't. I don't from a humane point of view, but I can understand from a business. Eddie Hearn is sweating bullets because what his worst fear has been realized, and what he didn't expect to happen happened. His fighter lost to a guy he wasn't supposed to before the gold medal match with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. That's what happens when you try to map it out. and play God and not make the fights. Now Wilder's profile, how's Wilder's profile hurt? See, that's what I was saying. Old media, they talk about, oh yeah, Deontay Wilder's the real loser. No, the fuck he isn't. How is Deontay Wilder the real loser? How is Wilder the real loser? He just knocked somebody out and he with his wifey right now and his family. And then on top of that, his brother was exonerated because you guys lied. Old media lied and said he was on drugs and on PEDs, and then that came to be false, which is why I never reported that dumb shit, or nobody else with credibility, like ESPN or anything reported it. Bro, Wilder's out here winning, and he didn't get stuck with DAZN. That just freed up the money. And then this is why I'm telling you, Adam Smith just said Lennox Lewis, before he rematched Oliver McCall, it was like a 2.5 year gap. They can't do that, because if they wait 2.5 years for Joshua to get better, or 1 year for him to get his confidence and his bearings back, then PBC can do whatever the fuck they want with the belt. Anthony Joshua losing has completely shook up the division, and it shook up Matchroom Boxing, right? It shook up Matchroom Boxing because now they have no stake in the heavyweight division outside of sanctioning bodies. And realistically, sanctioning bodies, the WBC, it doesn't seem recently that it's been going their way. And Dillian White and Eddie Hearn have spoke out against the WBC's decision for Dillian White and Devin Haney. And they lost because Dominic Breazeale just fought Wilder, no problem. Dillian White didn't. You know, Devin Haney, they thought he was ranked number 2, so they thought he was going to fight Luke Campbell. Bob Arum came in and swooped. Matchroom is in a really difficult place. Bro, just look at it. If I'm lying, please explain. Eddie Hearn has been talking about the American takeover for so long. How? Where? How's he going? Your American takeover consists of Joshua looking spooked as he walked out and losing in the worst possible way. See, this is why it's a difficult, like, let's just talk some boxing. This is why I'm not over exaggerating this shit. This is really do or die. Joshua was not in a firefight where he was outside of round 3 before he got hurt. He wasn't in a type of fight where he could save face with his performance and it's like, oh shit, we were just trading too much and I got caught up. He got outclassed, outbeat, walked down, out jabbed, out pointed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ruiz threw more punches. Ruiz had the better counters. Ruiz had the better chin. Ruiz had the more heart. Ruiz brought the fight to you. He had 3 more knockdowns than you. He recovered perfect. Joshua didn't. Joshua seemed cloudy ever since he got hurt. And then the thing is, for a rematch, it's so fast. It's so fast. You're putting your fighter in there within 6 months. So based on promotion and, you know, the actual fight, I don't know when he said November, December, that's really like 4 or 5 months. He really has 4 or 5 months to revamp, and he's keeping the same team. He said, no, yeah, Robert McCracken, it's Kraken, you know. And then he has a lot to consider. The pressure, them being relieved of the pressure. You putting them right back into the pressure. The sports psychologist and physio didn't work. It didn't, you know, wasn't enough. So what's going to be the difference maker? What's the difference maker? Ooh, shooters are getting so good, bro. Bro, what is Joshua's X factor? He's just gonna go in and walk down Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz is probably gonna expect that. Andy Ruiz knows he has the better conditioning. You know, Andy Ruiz knows he has the quicker hands. So the reason it made it so bad is not the loss, it's how you lost. If he would have lost, like when Canelo lost to Floyd, that was embarrassing. You got schooled the fuck up. When David Lemieux lost to Billy Joe Saunders, that was embarrassing. You got schooled the fuck up. This is in those realms. Plus, there were 4 knockdowns and a stoppage. So, you know, this was a bad This was a bad loss. Just like Lucas Matisse when he fought Pacquiao. That's how that fight looked just like this fight. The only difference is Matisse never hurt Pacquiao. But it looked like that. Pacquiao was dogging Matisse. You seen what Matisse did after that. He retired. You know, and I know Matisse's at a different spot in his career, but what I'm saying is coming off of a bad loss like this, you are supposed to take time off, rest, regroup, come back correct. Joshua is being made to come back in an expedited fashion, and he's expected to fix so much that was revealed in that fight. I'm about to break it down. This is what we got, bro. The thing is this. He's expected to make all these changes and all these adjustments with 4 or 5 months with the same exact team. You know, and it might be a little bit less than that. It might be 4.5 months, something like that. But they said November, December. It's already June, and they have to negotiate. So, you know, give or take, is going to, and with promotion and press conferences and stuff, he doesn't have that much time. November, December will be here sooner than we know it, right after summer. And you're putting him right back into the meat grinder, right back, sending him back to the slaughterhouse, hoping that he comes out. Because the real reason is this, in my opinion. They know they effed up. They effed up because they let Al Heyman sneak his fighter in, this snicker-eating motherfucker, and now he doing it for La Raza. He on Jimmy Kimmel. He getting picked up with the stretch G-Wagon. He's living life. He enjoying it, bro. He enjoying life. He like, oh shit, this feel good. And I posted this on Twitter, bro. I am a real person, a real human. And I posted this tweet. I really meant this from the bottom of my heart. Let me pull it up for you guys. I posted this earlier. Let's get it. Look, 81 likes. We just posted this not too long ago while I was watching the game. Follow me on Twitter at Boxingego. I fuck with Andy Ruiz Jr. He been swagged out all week since becoming a champion. LOL. He has been handling this newfound attention very well. As a boxing fan and just as a human, I cannot see how you cannot or how you couldn't be genuinely happy for the guy. His face shows pure rejoice right now. Bro, this man on Jimmy Kimmel, bro, this is what boxing is all about. Like, he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and you could tell he has not been, they're giving him free rooms, free Snickers. You know, I don't know if he's married, but he probably got some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gave his wife, his girlfriend, his side, somebody gave him some pussy. You the heavyweight champion of the world. You getting some pussy. There's no way you didn't get no. Meow. You got some of that. There's no way. Because if I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, I'm in something. I'm just telling you what it is, man. Fuck that, man. This dude. Oh, he's married? Well, he did his thing. We're going to leave it at that, bro. Because I know if I became heavyweight champion, I'm in something immediately. You know, they'd be like, oh, where Ego at the after party? No, fuck the after party. I'm for the beat. Yeah, I was doing the Dougie. I'm going to be on that camera on and pay the fool. Yeah, Kurt, I'm doing the Dougie. Man, he the man right now. Then on top of that, look at how many people he uplifted. People in the Mexican community, Mexican American, Hispanic, Latino community, people from LA, people from Imperial, you know, people who just like boxing. It's an uplifting story. He getting letters from the president of Mexico. Eddie Hearn, in losing this, you got to understand, everything was already shown that fight night. So it's not as easy as just Joshua go in and don't get caught with them 2 left hooks. Because, you know, I think they're thinking of it like, oh, you had him hurt first, right? And then he was badly hurt, and then you got sloppy, you got careless, and you got caught. But you got to understand the rest of the fight played out. So it's not like we just pause right there, and then that's it. You have to consider everything that has transgressed and happened since that moment. So Andy Ruiz was able to see that, damn, when I was attacking this dude, I went on the attack, he was kind of buckling under the pressure and not throwing. I seen him breathing hard. He spit out his mouthpiece. He looked like he didn't want no more. He put his hands on the rope. All of that was revealed in this one fateful night. So it's not as easy as just, oh, you drew first blood, just do it. Plus, whatever this has done to Joshua's confidence, which already had doubts and questions, now you have to tack that onto it. So it's not as easy as just come get some get back. Again, Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rahman was nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? Because Lennox got hit with one shot. That's heavyweight division. That could have, anyone, you underestimated him for sure. But then you got level with one shot and was like woozy. That's it. So he didn't really have a chance to correct. And Lennox Lewis got heart, bro. Lennox Lewis got mad heart. Look at the Klitschko fight. When the Klitschko fight, I think you underestimated him too. He didn't look like he was in his best shape. But then look what he started doing to Klitschko's face. Joshua, it looked like he quit. So you have to understand all the physical, mental scarring and shit like that was put down. This wasn't a competitive fight at all. This wasn't a competitive fight. It had a competitive round. And even in that competitive round, Andy Ruiz won because he had more knockdowns. It was a classic round. It was a good fight, just from an entertainment perspective. But now you already gave Andy Ruiz this feeling. Now you got to take that from him. And I don't think he's eager to give it up. And Joshua don't have no inside fight game. Joshua wasn't clinching good. Joshua's stamina. Those things you can't just correct in 4 to 5, 6 weeks. I mean, not weeks, months. I'm sorry. 4, 5, 6 months. The fact that he could say and then on top of that, new information came out that kind of shows turmoil within, like, whatever was wrong with Joshua's dad pressing AJ. All of a sudden, World Boxing News and all these people are reporting he was getting hurt in sparring. All of that benefits Andy Ruiz because he's like, man, I only have 5 weeks to train. I wasn't getting fucked up in sparring. So that's why I say damage control, because it is damage control. You're trying to contain it, and there's a couple reasons, and we'll talk about it. So Adam Smith and AJ doing these videos like, oh, hey guys, I didn't have a panic attack. What is he supposed to say? Oh man, I was panicked in the motherfucker. So we seen how you were acting. Everybody's seen that. But you're saying it's not a panic attack with no explanation. That's why it feels like damage control. It does not. Why would Proud African be blocked? Hey, y'all gotta chill. He said, look at Mercer versus Lewis. Y'all gotta know the routine names that be here. Anyway. Ryan Clark, shout out to you. Ego, keep dropping knowledge. New media, Death Row East. Believe in that. Believe in that. We work it. Yeah, smash the like button. Joshua, he has a lot to consider that he has to correct in 4 or 5 weeks. Like I said, this wasn't he just got hit with one punch and that was it. It was like action showed after that point. Versus Lennox Lewis, he got hit with one punch. He got hit with one punch, and that was it. Even the David Price-Tony Thompson fight, I believe, I got to watch the first fight again, but I can understand why David Price thought he was better because I think he was beating Tony Thompson. That's not the case with Joshua. So that's different. I can understand David Price. I got to watch it again, but either in the first or second, I think he was kind of beating Tony Thompson, or at the very least, it was competitive. This wasn't competitive. And now he has to switch and, make it competitive and all that. But it's not as simple as just, you don't just change your stamina in 5 months. It's not going to, especially you keeping the same team. You could cut weights out. Who knows? You're going to have to fix whatever you're doing. You have to fix it and then hope it works. Say, okay, let's say he does all this powerlifting. Let's say he cuts that out. That might not be the fix. That might make you weaker. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure those things out. So Joshua's now he's in a do or die situation where he has to figure everything out. and he can't test nothing out. He's keeping the same team. You get what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's a huge gamble. Huge gamble. Adam Smith just said it. If he loses again, then at a world level, that's going to hurt him. And that's what I'm saying. Barry Hearn, he said he is Anthony Joshua. He owns the rights to him for the next 3 years. So he's willing to put him back in there because he knows that they effed up and Al Heyman has control of the whole division. Because if he doesn't do the rematch clause, Al Heyman could say, you know what, skip Tyson Fury. We'll fight Luis Ortiz with Deontay Wilder. If he comes through that, then we'll do a blockbuster fight in March of next year, you know, in L.A., Staples Center or something, between Wilder and Ruiz. And we'll give Ruiz a tune-up fight, you know, after. They really dropped the ball here. I'm telling you. They dropped the ball. So it's like you have to force your fighter to get it right and then take the huge gamble that he can get it right. Because if you don't, then you have just seized all of the Infinity Stones and given them to Al Heyman. You have just made Al Heyman Thanos, and he can just snap on the heavyweight division. So Thanos only needed the Soul Stone, and you have to catch a body to get the Soul Stone. Heyman sent Ruiz to catch that body and collected the Soul Stone. So now Al Heyman has all of the stones. So you have to force a rematch clause, whether Joshua is ready, and hope he comes through that to try to get that one stone back. Or, well, actually a couple stones. That's a huge gamble. Because if it weren't this situation, Joshua wouldn't be fighting that guy again. Keith Morton, $2 super chat. For example, Golovkin versus Jacobs, tough fight. Golovkin ain't fought Jacobs since. He was just happy to move on. Canelo versus Lara. He was just happy to move past that. Orlando Salido, when he beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko still has never fought Orlando Salido. You know why? Because they didn't have to fight him. Those weren't situations where, like, they should have fought those people, in my opinion, as a boxing fan, because this is what they make black fighters do, like Ward Kovalev. If it's close, Ward got to rematch Kovalev, you know. We got a new member, Keith Morton. Can we please get some claps so I can keep going? When Mayweather had close fights with Jose Luis Castillo and Maidana, he had to immediately rematch him. When Sugar Ray Leonard lost to Duran, he had to immediately rematch him, etc. So we need more claps than that. But those were different situations. Like even Lomachenko Salido, they didn't put him back in there because they wanted to give him time to grow and stuff. It was his second fight. You know, they didn't like that style with his. That's why he never fought him. But Eddie Hearn and them dropped the ball so much with this by allowing Al Heyman to seize that type of real estate and seize that type of... Andy Ruiz living a life right now. So you can't just, in their mind, from a business perspective, you can't just be cool with that. So you have to send AJ back out there, Russian roulette style, with one bullet in the chamber, and hope that one shot gets Andy Ruiz. You sent, Andy Ruiz, he might have six bullets. You sending Joshua out there with one bullet. And it's a crossroad, do or die against a guy who looked like he was struggling handling all the pressure. Now he's right back into the pressure box, Now he's back goalie. He's the hockey goalie again. That's cold. But it's either push the rematch or give Al Heyman complete and utter control over the heavyweight division outside of the mandatories. And those are Wilder just solved his mandatory, and Andy Ruiz can fight his mandatory if it weren't a rematch clause, and then they could still fight Wilder Ruiz at the top of next year. They don't want to give that type of way, so they're going to give Joshua another opportunity. But I'm telling you, if Andy Ruiz go in there and stop him again or beat him worse, you just made it worse. Because now you have a double damage. Nobody's going to believe that Joshua is the killer or, 50 million plus 50%. All that's done. It might be done now, but it's definitely done. So Joshua is in a must-win situation. You have to prove it's a fluke or you become a fluke. That's a cold situation, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. And I know if it weren't for like if Joshua just lost and didn't have no belts, then they wouldn't push the rematch. Because who would want to fight Ruiz again when he had your fighter looking like that? And see the sad, shady part about it is like pushing the rematch. They did it 2 days. They did it 2 days after the fight. Like, give it some time to really think about that, because it's just like Ronda Rousey. She got knocked out by Holly Holm. Her next fight was Amanda Nunes. She didn't get time to recover. You just put her in with back-to-back killers. Why the hell is dude ranked #1 by BoxRec? They have their own ranking system. Their ranking system is like points based. I don't know. You have to read up on it, but it's points based. So if you beat someone like when Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, they said he was the #1 welterweight. You feel what I'm saying? Because he beat a legend in Pacquiao. So they do some weird shit like that. Smash the like button, people. We got to get the likes up. Eddie Germs is freaking out. Most definitely. I don't think they want the rematch, but they know they have to do the rematch and have to chance it. Otherwise, you've given up complete control of the board in the heavyweight division to Al Heyman. So they're like, fuck that. I can't, we got to at least try it. But the thing that's dangerous with that is Anthony Joshua didn't show much of what was needed in that fight to beat Andy Ruiz. It might just be Ruiz has his number, because he knows Andy Ruiz can hurt him and drop him, because that happened. So what is he going to do? What is Joshua going to do in 4 or 5 months? Honestly. He going to lose weight. Okay. Then now you're Andy Ruiz came in at 268 of the night of the fight, and you losing weight. That might be worse for you. You don't know, because you don't have nothing to test it on. You don't have like a weaker opponent to test it on. So what are you going to do? You're keeping the same team, so that's not changing. The only thing you could say is like, oh, now we're aware of Andy Ruiz is good, so we're going to come up with a different strategy. But that's one thing. You have to implement the strategy. The chin, Andy Ruiz looks like he still has the better chin. He has the faster hands. He's the better inside fighter. And he shows heart that he's durable. Even if you hurt him, you're going to have to take the gamble of getting hurt yourself, because that's how he's going out. So it's a highly dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight for both, because they have Joshua with everything to lose, and he's big and shit like that. And, he might come correct. But it's extremely dangerous for Joshua based on how he's been billed and marketed. He has to be able to get this done. And if he doesn't handle the pressure, that's the other thing. He could freeze up. When he starts feeling them hard shots, he'd be like, oh shit, deja vu. So he might get done up worse. Real talk. And Joshua, and then like I said, all this stuff came out, right? About training camp and sparring. Even if it don't come out private, Joey DeWeco, I'm telling you, bro, this is bad. Like, here's the thing. Joshua's from the UK, right? Joshua's from the UK. Andy Ruiz, Mexican American. He's from here, California. Joey DeWeco's from Philly. Look. This is the guy that was rumored to have roughed up Joshua and left the cuts on his face. Joey DeWeco, right? Y'all see that? This is Joey DeWeco. This is the guy that they're saying, similar build to Andy Ruiz. Bam! Oh, shit. That's Joey DeWeco, and he sparred with Andy Ruiz. Wow. So, let me put this together for you. There might be an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that stipulates that Joey DeWeco cannot say anything. Now, he probably has an NDA. Joshua's a big star A-list boxer, so there's probably a gag order where he can't talk. However, Andy Ruiz knows him personally because they've sparred in the past, and they're both two Americans. So they could have an off-record conversation that never never leaks to the public, because Joey Dweko, like I said, if there's a gag order NDA, he's probably not going to do an interview and say, oh yeah, I did this or didn't. But Andy Ruiz might see him, fight. Trust me, I know so much that I don't put out, because it's, what happens in the gym stays in the gym. I know of some of your favorite fighters getting knocked out in sparring, or hurt, or clipped, or struggle with this guy. But we live that in the gym. But that doesn't change the fact that Andy Ruiz has a relationship with Joey Dweko, and off record, just like when you see these reporters, like Mike Coppinger or whatever, they say sources say, sources say da 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 da. But there are times where the sources can't, you're getting reliable information from Golden Boy about the numbers, or somebody from DAZN, but they're not at liberty to be on record and say, oh yeah, Richard Hall told me this, or, John Doe told me this, but you still get the reliable information. So whatever Joshua, that's what I'm saying. Those types of things, you could come on into the fans and say, oh yeah, I didn't have a panic attack, but boxing is a small space. People talk. So it's not hard to find out information, which could be why the Joey Dweko thing leaked, So even if Joey Dweko don't come on, camera and say, hey, I did it, you don't know what's being discussed behind closed doors. Like, hey, man, I was in camp with Joshua and that shit really happened. So if those things are true, Andy Ruiz probably going to find out about it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because people talk. I hear all types of shit. Keith Morton, $5 just for the Joey Andy pick. That was fire, man. I'm going to bed. I'm going to drop all my gambling money here. Appreciate you. Shout out to the new channel member. That's Trading Places, not Coming to America. But they were in Coming to America, to be fair. See, that's what I'm saying. People talk. So whether Joey Dweko's talking on camera for all of us to see, Andy Ruiz could probably get some information like, okay, well, what did you notice about him sparring? He just can't say it on the record. That's how a game goes, bro. I hear about all types of shit. How you think the Errol Spence Broner or Errol Spence Floyd, how did those stories get out? You're not allowed to have cameras because somebody somewhere talked. How do we know about Edwin Valero blackening De La Hoya's eye? Because people talk. I never seen no interview from Edwin Valero where he said, oh yeah, I beat up on Eric Morales and De La Hoya. But that's what they said, So, that's what it is. The NDAs. Block James Anderson. Yeah, Valero had dummy power. Paul Spadafora, Floyd video leaked. I don't remember seeing a video today. I just heard about it. So that's what I'm saying. Whether it's true, if it's true in your heart of all hearts. So there's no denying that. Like, you could deny on your YouTube vlog, and you can deny and try to act like we didn't see what we seen. But if you know deep down in your heart what you went through, period. Rain Clouds, $10 from Australia. Ego, keep speaking that truth, bruh. New media, that international shooter application on your desk. Let's go. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So that's just what it is. It's like, bottom line, you could fake for the camera, but you can't fake what's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, oh yeah, this didn't happen to the camera, but Joey Dweko know it happened, or other people, then it is what it is. Now people might not come across and say it. Like I said, AJ knows if he had a panic attack. It looked like he was having one. And they're not and see, this is the other thing. They're not giving us no better plausible excuse. So you got to live with that man in the mirror. Like, They keep saying you didn't have a panic attack. Why were you looking wide-eyed and googly-eyed and looking and chewing on the mouthpiece and pacing? See, that's what I'm saying. Joshua's team, they're not making it better for themselves because they haven't provided no plausible excuses for why this stuff happens. You know, if you go watch Adam Smith, go watch AJ. They have not even flat out said no Joey DeWeco. They're not even using his name. You see that? Do you see that? How come Anthony Joshua is like, oh yeah, I heard about the Joey DeWeco stories, and that's false. He's not saying nothing. He's just saying, oh yeah, a lot of people think it's me. I did this. It was my performance. That's all they keep saying. He has never actually said no, that didn't happen. Joey DeWeco did not give me marks on my face. So you tell me. You tell me. You did this whole that's what I'm saying. This ain't the UK. They think what pacifies the UK is going to work in America. That's not. We look into stuff. It's different. We're used to fast talkers and salesmen and shit like that. It's not the same. So if somebody knows the rumors, but everyone keeps skimming around it and grazing around it, then what are we supposed to? We are hearing rumors that this guy did something. You're not denouncing the rumors, or you're denouncing the rumor as a whole, but you never said nothing about Joey DeWeco, because probably I don't know what happened, but it sounds plausible. But here's the thing: if Joshua was like, man, I sparred Joey DeWeco, you know that didn't happen. Because if he said something like that and Joey DeWeco really did hurt him, then Joey DeWeco probably going to be like, wait a minute. You know, you're not going to be making it like, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's why he's giving you this ambiguous shit. Keith Morton for the English accent for a straight minute. Nah, I don't even feel like doing no impersonations, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Joshua is still, he's doing quotables. Like, oh yeah, don't let a win get to your head and then a loss get to your heart. He's doing that type of stuff, but not answering the real questions that the fans have. This all connects, bro. Okay, why was there no U.S. media that were close to Joshua and asking a lot of questions? And I'm not talking about any U.S. media that has UK sponsors. How come there were no U.S. media like that got an exclusive interview with Anthony Joshua that have no UK sponsors? Meanwhile, you can find people who have exclusives with Deontay Wilder. You know, you could find a UK channel if they were there that had an interview with Deontay Wilder. You could see Deontay Wilder talk to me and say, oh yeah, I seen your video, Ego. Who is that fool in the back seat? Realest champion in the business. But when it comes to AJ, he's guarded from American media. That's another thing. Now you don't think people, if you fight in America again, the pressure is back, and you don't think people are going to be pulling for Andy Ruiz now, because you didn't put up a good performance, and you haven't even integrated with the American consumer. Like you're more of a separatist, more of a like prima donna diva, where people don't get a feeling for you. Like, I'm sure if people seen you, they, oh, Joshua, and take a picture. But I'm saying he doesn't really identify with the American consumer. Like Triple G, for example. Triple G, he was at the forum. I covered his Wade fight. Triple G was getting a lot of love, bro. At that time, he was getting a lot of love. And he was just like, hey, no, signing a bunch of autographs. And not a bunch of UK people, you know. It was just fans, all fans. Bro, he stays away from Ness and Blue Blood, especially after this. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's too protected. It's too protected. That's why I can't believe it. Like everything, why does everything sound so scripted with them? That's why I can't believe it. That's why it feels like a front. So nobody could get an exclusive interview with you right after the fight. but a day or two later, you could be in a nice room with proper 3-point lighting, like you're doing a Barbara Walters interview, sitting in a chair, and you're talking about, never let a win get to your head, and never let a loss get to your heart. And a lot of people said this, that, and the third, but it was all me. But you're not specifying anything that people have real questions for. So I personally can't buy into that. Joshua talks like British Rocky quotes for dummies. Oh, wow. King Corleone on fire, bro. I can't buy into that because it doesn't seem real. Like when I hear Andy Ruiz, it sounds like he's really being him. It sounds like he's just a regular person and he's just happy that he's a champion, stuff like that. Joshua just did this bedroom interview and he said, don't let success get to your head and failure get to your heart. And then this is what he posted. A picture of him flexing and happy. And then, look, don't let success get to your head or failure get to your heart. That, bro, it doesn't seem like a real person. It's like a fortune cookie or something. Joshua feels like a fortune cookie to me, bro. Like, put that on the set, bro. That he seems like a fortune cookie. It's like these quotable captions and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like a real person. It's like your spirit will provide blessings for everyone you encounter. Like, what? He's like, and the same thing with Adam Smith. He just said, oh, yeah, there's a lot of rumors, and I'm not going to get into that. Why not? Why? How come Joshua ain't even mentioned Joey Dweko's name? And World Boxing News is a popular UK media, and they saying Joey Dweko hurt you in sparring. Joey Dweko doing multiple interviews saying Joey Dweko. He's not even mentioning that. That don't feel like a cover up to y'all? Bro, they're calling out names, so there's no guesswork. It's not just like a rumor, like a baseless rumor where there's no face to it. They're saying, hey, we got sources. It was this man. It was this man. They got videos of Joshua vouching for this man's power. They got videos of him vouching for the guy's power, but he won't. That's why, listen. Bro, he said, I'm going to go live with the champ. This guy's going to tell you I'm his best sparring partner he's had. And then he said, oh, hey, I'm filming. And then he said, this guy's power. Champ. And then you copy Cannon Briggs. I mean, so like he's still not explaining nothing. So I can't believe it because it sounds like half truths and let's dance around it. Yeah, put Joey Dweko back in the second Andy Ruiz camp then. That's gonna be another thing. If Joey Dweko is in the camp again, put him back in there then. Put him back in the camp then. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just hate when people try to insult our intelligence. I really work hard for new media and for boxing. Just don't insult our intelligence, though. And the thing is, my thing is, I don't know if it's 100% true, but there's sources saying it. We have circumstantial evidence. This guy's power. And you're acting like you're skirting around the issue. That's why it doesn't sound real. Okay, if you get home, your girl thinks you're cheating on her, and she's asking you directly, did you kick it with your coworker? And you're like, man, I've known her for a long time. I used to go to school with her. Did you kick it with your coworker? And you're like, man, we both got off late. Did you kick it with your coworker? Block Boxman UK. Get these motherfuckers out of my shit, bro. She's asking you direct questions, and then you don't give direct answers. I mean, how would you? What do you think the perception would be? Were you kicking it with your female coworker? Man, we've been friends since we were kids. Why would you just answer the question? Exactly. Facts, ego. You would look guilty. That giddy laugh he had after Joshua complimented his power told me everything I need to know. That's what I'm saying. So it's not just a rumor where they don't have no details. They're saying this particular guy, our sources, and it's a UK media. I didn't even uncover this. This was UK media said this. So UK media website said we talked to sources and they outed you. So you can't get mad at new media. They said he did it. You're not saying it. Adam Smith ain't saying nothing. Eddie Hearns just dismissing, oh, he had no health issues. It's just like you just want people to shut up about it. You want people to shut up about it. How hard would it be to just say, oh, no, hell no, that didn't happen. Okay, put it this way. Here's an example. I got, because this is a friend of the channel. Two friends, Ryan Garcia and Rolly. They sparred, right? I talked to Rolly. You know, I'm not gonna go into detail. Like you've seen the videos, but I talked to him about the sparring, right? If Ryan Garcia was claiming that he dropped Rolly, I'm just making a hypothetical situation using the famous sparring. If Ryan Garcia was saying he dropped Rolly, do you think Rolly would just say, oh, there's a lot of rumors about me, and, you know, it was me, you know, I wasn't feeling weird, or would he say, if he didn't get dropped, I'm saying, if Ryan Garcia was saying that he dropped me, or he was saying I dropped Rolly, but then Rolly knew he didn't get dropped, what do you think what Rolly would say? I know my dude, bro. Rolly would not accept that if he knows it didn't happen. He's not going to say, oh, there's a lot of rumors about me, but, you know, live in your head, not in your heart, and the world ain't all sunshine and rainbow. He's not going to say all that, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why it feels like a distraction. That's why it feels fabricated. That's why it feels manufactured. Rolly would go bad. I'm telling you, I know Rolly. Same thing for Ryan Garcia. If Rolly was saying he dropped Ryan Garcia and he didn't, Ryan Garcia is gonna be like, man, hell no, nah. That kid is tripping, blah blah blah. Ain't no who would say, who would do that? But I got a theory. People. See, they think we stupid. I'm gonna show you how smart new media is. I got a theory. If you guys want to know what my theory is, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Smash the like button. I got a theory. If the rumors are true, here's my theory. He's not saying that Joey Dwecko didn't do this to me. So I think there's some truth to it. And here's my theory. If the World Boxing News' sources are accurate, and since he's not saying and dismissing that specifically, he's just going over an ambiguous umbrella. Oh, I did not have a panic attack and nothing was wrong with me. It's all my fault. That's ambiguous. So since he's not doing it, I think it's true. Boom. Here's my theory. If this was true in 8 days or a week or whatever, roughly, before his fight, he was badly hurt and concussed. One, you don't want to give your opponent that type of, like, damn, he getting hurt in sparring. Because Joey Dwecko has 7 losses. You know what I'm saying? He has 7 losses. So, one, you don't want to feel like, oh, this dude who's shorter than Andy Ruiz was dropped me in sparring. So no one's gonna want to admit that. 2, here's the big kicker. This is my real theory. that would actually show a bit of negligence if he really was concussed, and to save the event, they did a cover up and they hid it. So he had to pretend like everything was on the up and up, or he had these bad stains on his memory of this recently happening, and he was acting weird all week, or just acting weird or concussed, or just was hurt, or just wasn't mentally sharp after that happened. I don't know if it's an actual concussion, like a clinical concussion, because they do medicals or whatever, but they might have just pushed through for the event. So now seeing what happened, that would be a bad look, because you sent if word got out that you sent your fighter who was badly hurt and the fight should have been stopped, and you still sent him in there to save the fucking event instead of taking care of that man's health, right? Then that could be like damn near criminal charges. You get what I'm saying? Because you knew he wasn't like in a position where he should have fought. That would also make sense why the pops would have been mad. If the pops was like, nah, if the pops was there or heard about it or whatever, and he's like, nah, my son got badly hurt in a concussion or close to a concussion, you got to pull the plug. And Eddie Hearns like, nah, he'd be straight. He just knocked the cobwebs off, right? And then seeing how it unfolded, I can understand why the father would be mad. I really can. I would be able to understand that if he told you don't put my son out there like that, and then Eddie Hearn, to save his event, and to not piss DAZN off, because that would hurt DAZN too. And that would also explain why he lied about it. It said it was physio stuff, which later it was a line in camp. Bro, none of this stuff makes sense. It went from physio stuff to a line in the camp. So it sounds like there's some legs to this story. Because why would you need to say it was physio stuff to Radio Raheem, and then 3 days later you said it was a guy in your camp, and it comes with the territory. So, and he's never go listen to that video, that 4-minute video of nothingness, where he's like, oh yeah, don't live in your head and all this stuff. Go watch that video. He's never mentioned Joey Dwecko. He's never denounced it, and it's at the point now, after my video's already done, I don't even care if he says it now, because they could see that and then pay Joey Dwecko, because Joey Dwecko's not a millionaire fighter probably. So I don't even care at this point, because if they haven't done it already, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see another cover up where you like, man, we're going to give you $500,000 if you just tell them we didn't do it, because it's too late. They should have already did that. Bro, I can't think of any fighter who's going to just know that these rumors of them getting whooped in sparring, like Devin Haney and Teofimo, they have conflicting accounts of what happened. Teofimo said he did this. Devin Haney said it wasn't like that. Shakur Stevenson and Tank saying he did this. Shakur Stevenson saying he did this. AJ is just like not saying anything, but he knows all these links. Everyone, that's why it feels like Damage Control, because they all have heard the rumors. They know what the stories are. They've all heard the stories. The information is available on the internet. New media is here. So they've heard the specific stories, but they're not specifically saying anything. You didn't like, oh yeah. You're in, hey, man, come on, bro. This is too easy. He said he was still in New York when he filmed that rooftop, or when he filmed that in the living room, or whatever, that room video, right? Joey Dwecko from Philly. He live in Philly. That's driving distance. And you a millionaire. You could have flew him out. You could have, sent for him, and then be like, oh, we got to clear this up, bro. You in driving distance from Joey Dwecko. But he's not saying nothing specifically. You have marks on your face. Your pops was mad. The WBN, a credible website that has exclusive interviews with Bob Arum and Shelly Finkel and everybody else, they're saying they heard this from their sources. And then you're coming up explaining your side of it without saying anything. So I just with that type of and then past stuff that we know to be lies, I can't go off of that. Like a dog dying or some shit. You know, like I said, if you weren't embarrassed over it, why would you say, "Oh, nobody does that to me in sparring"? It was physio. Nobody even said nothing about sparring, and you had a. It sounded like a Freudian slip. That's what I'm saying. They can keep thinking we dumb, but the bottom line is, Andy Ruiz with all this stuff going on is a risky fight, and they're throwing him back in there. And Eddie Hearn said he owns Joshua's rights. It's just timing is bad. Timing is real bad because they're putting him in a do or die mission. He has to look good out here. And man, new media got this one dead on. The other thing is Wilder. Let's look at Wilder real quick. Do you think he still should have signed a 3-fight deal with DAZN? You guys told me I was stupid. You guys told me that Deontay Wilder was stupid for saying he shouldn't. He should be his own boss. And what do you mean you're betting on yourself? Well, looks like Wilder showed you what the fuck he was meaning and betting on himself. See? Who would Wilder be fighting if they have activated a rematch clause with dude that just beat Anthony Joshua? It was a 3-fight deal. Dominic Brazil would be one of them. He just knocked him out. Who would Wilder be fighting on DAZN now contracted when Anthony Joshua and Dillian White aren't contracted exclusively through DAZN? Eddie Hearn, he said too much. He said Joshua could fight on Showtime and he could fight on ESPN if they're real offers. So Joshua's not exclusive to DAZN. Dillian White's not exclusive. If you need further proof that Dillian White is not exclusive, then how in the hell did his December fight against Derek Chisora that people didn't really want to see outside of the UK, who keeps allowing this type of behavior from Eddie Hearn and Slave Room, how come it was on Showtime distributed in America when everyone thought DAZN would be the likely candidate for that fight? Eddie Hearn is really doing a number with DAZN and Matchroom, and it's all happening at once. All happening at once. So once again, you wanted Wilder to do something that Joshua nor Dillian White are doing, which is have an exclusive contract for 3 fights. So who would Wilder fight? Dominic Brazil would be one, but I thought he was going to fight Anthony Joshua. That's why you don't assume things. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and you. I can't say me because I said something different than y'all. So who would Joshua? He triggered the rematch with Andy Ruiz. So who the fuck would Wilder be fighting for fight 2 and 3 when it was assumed with no contract that Wilder would be fighting Joshua on DAZN? So who would he fight? He would just be over there on DAZN fighting people that are he could fight now. He could fight Dillian White on Showtime. DAZN doesn't have an exclusive contract with Dillian White. So why did he have to go to DAZN to get Dillian White? That's a cool fight, but why would he have to go to DAZN for that when Dillian White ain't committed long term to DAZN? Bro, new media, and this is why they mad, because Wilder's smart as fuck, his team is smart as fuck, and new media is smart as fuck, and we've been telling you guys the same shit over and over. That's why old media is angry right now, because everything they said, their whole worlds are coming crashing down and stuff. Everything that they advocated for, everything they said was a dub. Everything they said was a lie, and you guys are now starting to see it. So it's a bunch of bullshit. Let's switch the subject. Let's deflect. Let's talk. Let's say Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, even though if I go to BoxRec right now, says they both have a draw. Let's just make shit up because we're not successful at getting this stuff right. This is sad, man. Old media. And look at my views. My shit going up, or all this stuff, because they know I kept it real. The super chat's going up. Everything's going up for us. This is just another day in the office, and I warned you all that this day was coming. the truth, there's only so long you can mask the truth. There's only so long. And Andy Ruiz was made into a celebrity overnight. I'm really happy for the guy. And guess what? Now this is why they have to do a rematch with Andy Ruiz, because that's their one shot to get, that hardware back and to try to save face. But if they lose it, then it's going to be just prolonging the inevitable. Now Al Heyman is going to have all the control of the heavyweight division outside of having to fight mandatories, which there's ways to get around. Guess what? This is the worst thing that could have happened to Eddie Hearn, just for the simple fact of all the games, all the charades. You think they're going to play ball with you nice when you had the opportunity? You had the guy that was the A side and you didn't play with them nice? That's why they're just pushing the panic button and making this rematch immediately, because they need the belt back, because that's what Joshua was built up on. Joshua was built up on, hyped up on, listen to what he said. Oh, I got 4 belts, and in my 15th fight, I'm fighting Charles Martin, and then I fought Klitschko. So his whole image has been built up on the belts and him having more belts than Wilder. You lost that. They got to get it back, bro. They got to. And if they don't, that's going to be even worse. The videos that come out after are going to be even worse. That's why I'm saying it's a huge gamble. I would really consider just saying, just building my fighter, because if you lose this, oh my gosh, it's going to be a wrap. Joshua's whole career was comprised on like, oh yeah, why should I split 50-50 with Deontay Wilder, and I have, I got 3 or 4 belts and he only has 1. They did all this material shit and now they don't even have it anymore. And then now you see Andy Ruiz snicker eating ass on Jimmy Kimmel, holding all the belts, smiling, and he has a likable personality that just seems regular, and he's already aligned with Al Heyman, bro. This is bad. This is bad. This is real bad, because now, Wilder versus Ruiz, you have a black fighter and a Mexican fighter, black and Mexican American, whatever you want to call it, right? That hits a different demographic, and you don't have to worry about the games. You don't have to worry about Andy Ruiz. He just said to TMZ, first I got to rematch Joshua, but then I want to target Wilder, undisputed. Andy Ruiz seems pretty gung ho, like he'll fight whoever. So you don't have to worry about Joshua like, oh, I'm gonna fight when it's my time to fight, and when I think I want to have a fight, and I'll wait till 2020. You don't have to worry about any of those games. So, we could see the passing of the torch. Either Joshua's going to get his belt back, or Matchroom is going to end their year. If this rematch happens, they're going to end their year on a horrible note if Ruiz wins again. I promise you. And then Katie Taylor saying she wants a rematch because she wasn't satisfied with their performance. She's not satisfied with their performance because she lost it, and everyone's telling her she lost it. Matchroom is in desperate times call for desperate measures. You got all your top fighters in tough fights, or you have them in no fights that will get them. Look, per the WBC, unified lightweight female champion Katie Taylor wants an immediate rematch with Delphine Persoons, stressing she's not entirely satisfied with her performance. Bro, they got to make that. They got to make that for the public, because she lost that fight. She lost that fight for sure. And I'm not always, if it's a close fight, I'm not always this stern about it. She lost that fight. Look at her even in the championship rounds, the last round. Nah, that wasn't no draw. She lost. That was a loss, bro. She had no answers for that rough shit, that wild shit that Delphine Persoons was doing. So let's get this straight. Joshua's in a do or die fight with Andy Ruiz with this rematch clause they're saying. Katie Taylor really lost to Delphine Persoons. She gonna have to fight her again for undisputed. And you got Dillian White, who's a good heavyweight, and he's in a dangerous fight with a guy that just knocked out Brian Jennings and beat Andy Ruiz as an amateur. Some of y'all don't know that. The guy that just knocked out Brian Jennings is the guy that, this is a better way to say it. The guy Dillian White is fighting knocked out Brian Jennings as a pro and beat Andy Ruiz as an amateur. beat Kubrat Pulev as an amateur, and they got Dillian White fighting him. It's a dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight. If Dillian White loses, DAZN, oh my gosh, that DAZN curse. Joshua is fucked. He's not built for this mentally, bro. And you know what's worse is they keep stressing it, but the Eagles Army new media is getting too big. People are sending me stuff. It's over. You know, it's over for that old media type of talking points. Bow. Shout out to my man for sending me this. I told you, Eagles Army, Derek S. Mitchell. Boxingego, check this out. Look at that. Independence.co. These are UK websites, people. Anthony Joshua reveals a retirement plan ahead of the Andy Ruiz fight. Wow. And they putting him in a rematch. And he got to retire. Oh, wow. So this was before the Ruiz fight. Look, the Independent, UK-based Joshua Ruiz, world heavyweight champion, reveals retirement plan and intention to have a Tyson Fury meeting. Wow. So if he was already thinking about, so Andy Ruiz is gonna get beat. I'm done. I made my point, bro. This you said Wilder was ducking and all this shit. Comical. He's 28 talking about retiring. Talking about, hey, if I go through another fight like Klitschko, I'm done with it. I shouldn't have to go through hell and back. Well, you just went through a tough fight with Andy Ruiz, so that shows me who's gonna have more mental grit. If you're saying I shouldn't have to go through hell and back, right? And we know Andy Ruiz got fucked up first, and he went through hell and back to, he actually, I wouldn't even say hell and back. He was hurt, but he got up, and he was doing his thing. So good luck with Sweet Caroline. Good luck to old media. Yeah, and see, the thing is, that's what I said. I really don't know why they did this to Joshua. And I told you, I don't think he's the sharpest knife in the drawer, because why does he keep telling people these things? Even if this is how you feel internally, this is not like an open diary, like Anne Frank or something. Like you're telling everyone insecurities, inhibitions, fears, future plans. Like, it doesn't seem smart, You have a retirement plan, or if you go through another tough fight, then you're done. I just feel like you can't be in boxing with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe Joshua wants to, maybe he doesn't want to fight anymore. I don't know. But I got to rock with Andy Ruiz with those type of statements being said. Okay, like my dude, King Corleone? I got an example. I'm going to use him. That's my folks. Shout out to Texas. He's a battle rapper, right? Let's say I was a battle rapper. And I knew, we had this like rivalry or some shit. And then I'm saying, I'm about to retire. What if I lose? What if he hits me with some punchlines that the crowd goes crazy with? And I'm just saying all these like weird things. Like, what if he has a scheme and I'm not prepared for it? And I hire like a battle rap psychologist. You feel me? That wouldn't be, do you think that would get King Corleone confidence up or down if he heard that I hired a battle rap psychologist, and I was pretty much worried about his delivery? Like, oh, what if he delivers that hot fire? What if he says a punchline and the crowd overreacts? What if his scheme is too tight? Like, who does that? Why would you say these things? And I'm telling you about, I have a retirement plan. King Corleone said, "I would destroy your ass." That's what I'm saying, and I expect that talk. I mean, who wouldn't? If you knew the person was like going through it and wanted you, that's why you battle rap. That's why hip hop is so battle rap especially. It's so like synonymous with boxing. That's why hip hop goes well with boxing because it's like that type of industry. You can't show no those signs of weaknesses or show like imagine if LL Cool J was like, damn, this second round TKO, he did a reaction video. Cannabis is dissing him, and he's like, God damn, he frying me. Cannabis is ripping me. You be like, what the fuck? You don't see that. You just see, if anything, you'll see a rapper downplay it. Like, that shit was trash. You know, even if it wasn't. You know, you can't tell Jay-Z. I never heard Jay-Z say Ether was hard. You know, while it was going on at least. You know, like, man, shut your bubba. I got A-Rod number. That Ether was hard. You know, why would you give them that advantage? So Nas, like when Eminem killed MGK, that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, man, Rap Devil, that shit was riding though. You know, that just sounds weird, bro. Or like Eminem saying, if I go through another tough battle rap like this MGK shit, then I'm done with rap. Well, who says that? I'm done. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Well, yeah. What if LL said, if I go through another tough battle like the cannabis battle, then I'm done rapping? That don't sound right. I would be mad at LL. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my telling me I need a. I would be mad if LL said, "Oh, I can't keep going through these tough battle rap." Man, he was dissing Mo D, bro. LL was with the smoke. Y'all gotta look at your hip hop history. Cannabis can get it. Yeah, you can't say, "Oh, if I have to go through another second round knockout cannabis style battle." LL just got on the mic, cause 99% of your fans don't exist. I just did a deal with Sears, know what I mean? Sweet as apple pie, baby. LL just started licking his lips and writing, it's FUBU, baby. That man, cause 99% of your fans don't exist. Yeah, that motherfucker was not, oh, I can't go through another one of these battle raps. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the UK, maybe it's a cultural thing, but it seems weird. I think I speak on behalf of Americans. And look at the demeanor. Andy Ruiz is like, oh, I can't take another punch like that. That shit, whatever he hit me with, that shit, it's boxing. Like, hey, y'all going in. You know what I'm saying? It's and then y'all was the ones saying that Wilder would get knocked out and stuff. Who sounds more confident now that we have all this information? He ain't said nothing about the Joey Dwecko fight. I told you it was going to get bad for old media because what's done in the dark comes to light. Retirement plan. Yeah. Okay, so now y'all was the one saying Luis Ortiz was the one that's been ducking smoke. Y'all still believe that? And this man saying, I got a retirement plan. I can't go through another war like the Klitschko. And you know what the worst part about it that I like? The Klitschko fight wasn't even like, it was a good fight, but it wasn't no war like that. I've seen some wars. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, John Molina, Lucas Matisse, that was more, motherfuckers' scalps was bleeding and shit. I don't think his fight was like that. I don't know what y'all feel. And y'all was telling me, oh yeah, he'll destroy Wilder. Old media is hurt, bro. They are so hurt, they don't even know.
And see what it'll take to make the fight, get up to fight back. But what I learned is that I was too top heavy as a heavyweight. I was doing a lot of weights, so I couldn't carry my body properly. And learn how to pace myself throughout the rounds. And also, lastly, I said to my coach, I said, look, if I have another one of these fights, I'm done with boxing. I said, I should be good enough.
Carl Frampton asked him what he learned from the Klitschko knockdown fight where he won. He says, if I go through another one of these fights, I'm done with boxing. And then 2 days later he went through another, bad night.
It was just a slugfest. So one of those ones where I had to go down in it to get up to fight back. But what I learned is that I was too top heavy as a heavyweight. I was doing a lot of weights, so I couldn't carry my body properly, and learn how to pace myself throughout the rounds. And also, lastly, I said to my coach, I said, look, if I have another one of these fights, I'm done with boxing. I said I should be good enough that I don't have to go through like hell and back to win a fight. It should be like a good competition, but I shouldn't have to go through one of those fights to win. And there are the three things. Don't be too top heavy, stay loose, control myself throughout each round, don't gas out, and I need to improve because I can't have too many of these fights if I want to win.
Okay. It's official. Omedia is dead. There's nothing that needs to be debated. He said in a fight he won versus Klitschko that he told his coach after the fight, if I go through another one of these, I am done with boxing. He fought Klitschko probably 26 years old, and he said if I go through another war like this, I'm done with boxing. That tells you what you need to know, bro. Why would you say that? Why would you be done with boxing at age 26? See, that to me, that shows that maybe you have other interests. Maybe like Ward said, Instagram model or something. Maybe he likes the money and the vacation and stuff. I don't know. Maybe he lost the drive. I don't know what it is. It's not my life. It's not my bother. I just saw an interview a day before the fight with Dueco. He said AJ's power was a 7 and Wilder's was a 10. And he laughed about it while talking. I know. I seen that. He just said, and see, bro, I knew all of this. I've interviewed fighters who fought both of them, multiple guys, and they all said that Wilder's power is there. Then the Richard Hightower or whatever, he said Wilder's power is more than Vitaly Klitschko, more than Vladimir Klitschko. And he said even way more than like Fury, and more than, he said out of all the guys he sparred, Richard Hightower said it was Wilder's power was the maximum. Then underneath it, he said 4 times as hard as Wilder, or 6 times. He said, I don't know. He had this whole scale. He said then it was Vitaly, then it was Vladimir, then it was AJ. He said Wilder hits like 6 times harder than AJ, 5 times harder than Vlad, and then 6 times harder than Vitaly. So anyway, I got to go with Andy Ruiz if that's the case. He's saying if I go through another war, then I'm done with boxing. I don't want to hear a fighter say that. He said that before the Andy Ruiz. Now that you lost, maybe there's a chance that reinvigorated your hunger, but I just don't like that coming out of a fighter's mouth. I don't like that coming out of a fighter's mouth. That doesn't really sound right. And you guys were telling me he wanted to fight Wilder, but he's hiring sports psychologists and worried about Ruiz's power. He fought Ruiz in round 1 timid. So how is he going to fight Wilder in America? So he was backing up versus what? And the thing is, that's not good because fighters notice that. They're like, damn, I got this 6'6" guy backing up. He don't want no smoke. That's how they're going to take it. That's how they're going to take it. If you're not showing them what this, And he said, I shouldn't have to go through hell and back. It should be just a good, competitive. Just look, all the traits are there. And I've been telling you this before it ever came to the forefront, before Joshua took a professional loss. That attitude that he just revealed, oh yeah, it should be a nice, clean fight, and it was a slugfest, and I shouldn't have to go through hell and back. He wants it to be some nice, even Steven, okay, bow, some competitive work, or a front runner. He wants to be dominating the action, and if he's not, then it sounds like he's extremely hard on himself. Period. It should be nice, even that all the behavior ties in. Sending me a copyright strike and then not responding when I answer you. Not doing interviews with American media because that's out of your comfort zone. Seeming like you had a panic attack with all the pressure that was surmounting, right? He literally said, I shouldn't have to go through hell and back in a fight he won. hiring a sports psychologist because training camps have been fucking me up, and I have a guide to beat Andy Ruiz, a late replacement. But what if he hits me with the big shot? Bro, I told you, it's like a man-child. It's like a man-child type of, like, I don't know, maybe he has underlying issues there, like something else. But that sounds like some Oliver McCall, Victor Ortiz, like something is going on. And he should stop saying this stuff because people are just looking, they want what you have. They're just looking to come get you. So maybe he's not physically fit, or not physically, but mentally fit. I don't know, but they need to really be cautious of this. Because that's not good, you know. That's not good. You can't come into fights with all the like worries and the weight of the world. You have to be able to compartmentalize those types of things. And it's sad because it doesn't look like he has people on his team that are willing to say this stuff for him. They're automatically already putting him in a rematch, man. Already. No time to really even develop. No time to develop. No time to get better and take it slow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It just seems weird. Let's say you had training wheels on your bike. Your parents are showing you how to ride a bike. And then they tell you to pick up speed and you going real fast and you fly off and hit a tree, you know, and scrape up your leg on the gravel or some shit. And then they said, do it again. You know, that's some like Joe Jackson, Ike Turner type shit, bro. You know, maybe you should let's put the bike away for today, or let's start off slow, or start off in the grass, you know, so you don't get fucked up, you know. They just sending him right back in there. And he didn't show anything in that fight that shows it would be significantly different. Because yes, he drew first blood and hurt Andy Ruiz first, but he didn't capitalize, or when he tried to capitalize, he did too much. Now that the rest of the fight happened, you can't just go back to the moment and say, oh, if I change this, then now it's like, you know, you can't just say, oh, if I don't get caught, like basically if I hurt him and I don't catch that left hook, I would have won. It doesn't work like that, because there's a lot of stuff that happened. You got dropped 3 more times after that. You know, it looked like you quit, like you spit your mouthpiece out, you were winded. The other thing is this. Listen to this. Like, bro, I studied this game. Listen.
What did I learn from that, right? To get up to fight back. But what I learned is that I was too top heavy as a heavyweight. I was doing a lot of weights, so I couldn't carry my body properly, and learn how to pace myself throughout the rounds. And also, lastly, I said to my coach, I said, look, if I have another one of these fights, I'm done with boxing. I said, I should be good enough that I don't have to go through like hell and back to win a fight. It should be like a good competition, but I shouldn't have to go through one of those fights to win. And there are the 3 things. Don't be too top heavy, stay loose, control myself throughout each round, don't gas out, and I need to improve because I can't have too many of these fights if I want to win.
Okay, so wrapping up, he said he had to improve in 3 categories. 1, he was too top heavy and he wasn't carrying his weight well, and he said he can't do that. Then it did look like he was too top heavy in this fight. Then he says, I got to control myself better, pace myself better, and basically not fatigue. He looked like he was breathing hard, and he looked fatigued. So 2 of the things out of the 3 things you just said, you just fought, and they haven't been corrected. You just said, I'm too top heavy. You know, I need to, you know, redistribute my body weight because I'm too big. And you said I'm fatiguing too quick. Those all showed up in this fight too. You look way big. You know, everyone was looking at him flexed and shit. That's what I'm saying. Boxing ain't like bodybuilding muscle contests and shit like that. Mr. Olympia shit. So you listed 3 different things, and at least 2 of them you haven't corrected. So what makes me believe you're gonna be able to correct it in hey, real brother, unblock him. He's talking about AJ. He's not talking to me. Real brother, you jumped the gun. The Luis Rodriguez was talking about what AJ said, not what I said. So yeah, he said I'm too top heavy. My weight is I'm too heavy. I'm coming in too heavy, and I need to pace myself and not fatigue. But then you look fatigued and you look too top heavy in this. So like I said, how's he gonna correct this? Y'all keep thinking that Ruiz shit is gonna be a fluke. Oh yeah, it's a fluke. All right, we'll see. We're gonna see. No, he wasn't talking to me. He was talking about what Joshua said. You know, so this and keep in mind he said that before. That was recorded before the Andy Ruiz fight. And then the third thing he said, "Oh, I told my coach after the Klitschko fight, I can't go through this again. If I go through another one of these, then I'm done with boxing." So all three things you said you needed to improve on since the Klitschko fight, you haven't really improved on. And then you just lost worse than because you didn't lose the Klitschko fight, but your performance was worse than the Klitschko fight because you got knocked down 3 more times and stopped and quit. So now, how are you going to? Okay, this is just common sense, people. It's just like eating. If somebody is like, oh, I weigh 200 pounds and I need to get down to 175, I need to lose 25 pounds, right? And they felt that they needed to lose 25 pounds. But then they went through a breakup the next week after they said that, and they started binge eating, and then they got up to 250. So now where you were at 200, you just put on 50 plus pounds. So now to get to your goal of 175, you just made it harder. You have more weight to lose. This is what Joshua said. He had 3 things to correct, right? He didn't correct them in the Ruiz fight. Now that you've lost to Ruiz, you have to correct even more shit. What don't you understand about that? He said, oh, I'm too top heavy. I need to pace myself, my stamina. And if I go through another war, then I'm done with boxing. Okay, you went through another war. You were still too top heavy. And you didn't pace yourself and you were breathing hard. And it looked like you had a panic anxiety attack. Bro, this spells disaster for the rematch. Say what you want. Keep doing the old media. I at this point, I love it because you guys see it. Old media could do whatever they want. We're gonna keep slamming it in their face. So yeah, I can't wait. Let them keep doing it. But based on what Joshua says, they keep putting the microphone in front of him. I'm picking Andy Ruiz. Now Andy Ruiz is doing interviews saying I want 50 mil. Bro, this was the worst thing that could have happened to Eddie Hearn. One night, all this stuff was exposed. Now Andy Ruiz talking about, yeah, I'll fight in the UK for 50 million. Are they going to pay him 50 million? Bro. Oh my God. You going to pay Andy Ruiz 50 million? What if you pay him 50? Bro, Al Heyman is a master chess player. They're trying to bankrupt DAZN. They're trying to bankrupt DAZN. Because, yes, there's a chance Joshua could beat Andy Ruiz, for sure. But if you pay this man 50 million plus whatever you pay Joshua, and Andy Ruiz, if he go in there fighting the UK and it's the same result, and then now you've paid him $50 million, plus you paid Joshua whatever you paid him, right? And then he loses again. So now his stock is all the way down. And then Andy Ruiz is saying, I'll go in the UK for 50 million. Then you got to pay him $50 million and he goes back to PBC. All that to fight in the UK. Or Joshua's going to have to confront his fear and fight in America. That's what for him to say that, I want to say that they probably looked in the contract and there's no specifications that it must be in the UK. So Joshua, who looked like he had a panic attack, is he going to fight in America again? Bro, this is a mess. Told you, this is what happens. Told you playing a game you can't win. So, bro, Al Heyman is trying to bankrupt DAZN. Because if you pay him $50 million and he loses again, if you pay $50 million to get Ruiz or anything close to that, to get, pay him $25 million. You paying him big bucks like that to fight in the UK? He said $50 million. So I'm going to use the number he said. If you pay him $50 million to fight in the UK and then he come over there and ruin your fighter in the UK, it's really over. That's what I'm saying. This is too dangerous. You might as well just let them keep the belts, bro, because you have a fighter you can build with. That's probably why they're doing it like this. They making you pay like you weigh. All the games, Andy Ruiz said he want what Wilder was supposed to, what Joshua was supposed to get versus Wilder, bro. Bro, they trying to bankrupt these motherfuckers. This shit is crazy. This is supreme chess playing, man. If you pay somebody $50 million and then they two-peat and then leave your network again, and then they can make Wilder versus Ruiz, oh my gosh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That's what I'm saying. This is a huge risk. I don't know. He said quit playing games with grown men. Quit playing games you won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. Oh my gosh. Bro, Matchroom got some real life things that Heyman gonna bankrupt himself. Bro, this man Heyman is vicious, and he ain't doing one interview or talking. See, and that's what I told you all in the video. Heyman don't ever have to go through this because we don't know what the fuck he thinks because you just stay out the way. Eddie Hearns the one in Sky Sports and, AJ, they the ones doing all these interviews. See, it comes back. It always comes back. Y'all didn't want to listen. Good luck to old media. I'm done. We'll see how this all plays out. But if he said, I want $50 million, if that's what happens, and then he go in there and beat Joshua again, that's hard. That's real hard. Cause that means you paid him royally, and then he kept the belts too and ruined your fighter's star power, like more so than now. He said DAZN will go from the Netflix of boxing to Blockbuster of boxing. Things are heating up. And this is all off of underestimation.
Vitamin B12, B6, and B3. If I had that back in my day, the other team would have needed vitamin. Be careful. Man, that's some kind of power.
Look.
Doing a lot of interviews,
Fight Hub did an interview with him today. Andy Ruiz is winning. Look at him. He swagged out. Andy, look, 4,700 likes, 68,000 views from a couple hours ago. Andy Ruiz Jr., quote, if Joshua wants rematch in the UK, they got to give me $50 million. Hey, this man, Al Heyman, is not fair. And guess what? Andy Ruiz got Mexicans hyped. He got La Raza hyped. So, the Latino fan base in America is huge. It's huge in America. The amount of Latinos and Hispanics and La Raza and Miklos is huge in America. So they going back Andy Ruiz. They going back where it is. So they getting backed up. I hope they put it in the contract that it had to be in the UK or something. I don't know the terms of the details with the money, but he's saying he want $50 million. He extorting them, and it's all legal. He said, Brett, I told you. If I was Andy, look, Siri don't even understand. She said, I don't understand what Matchroom doing right now. I don't even understand. I told you. And Eddie Hearn was playing a dangerous game. You can't play with America like that, bro. Now you got the Americans, and they got you where you want. They got you where they want you. So all the games you played to them, they trying to play it on you now. This is bad. This is real bad, people. I don't know the terms of the contract, but this is getting real funny. This is getting real funny style, and we're going to see. Because Andy Ruiz said, I want to fight in Cali, Vegas, or Mexico. I agree with him. And I would try to go to the fight in any of those places. So AJ's going to have to confront his fear and come get that belt off of him unless you have something in the contract that says he has to fight in the UK. And there's a chance you don't if you didn't even think he stood a chance to lose. You might not have got that detailed in the contract because you didn't think he was going to lose. Adam Smith of Sky Sports just said we knew that Joshua would lose. We just didn't think it'd be to Andy Ruiz. I'm telling you, this is where the war of the pins come in. Who has the stronger pin? Who did their job more thorough? This contract means a lot. Whatever they put in the contract or whatever is like legally binding, that's going to mean a lot because the pressure is even greater if it happens in Mexico, bro. If it happens in Mexico, Joshua is toast. Joshua's toast, bro. That would be like that can't, bro. If it Mexico got spots too, like Azteca Stadium, bro. That shit would sell out. The first Mexican heavyweight, they're not gonna give a fuck that he Mexican American and play that. So they gonna be like, oh, good heavyweight boxing, bro. Joshua burnt the fuck up. He burnt out. If you was scared in New York of the crowd, you go to Mexico and fight, bro. Hell nah, bro. That's a whole different world because it's gonna be that Azteca Stadium holds a lot of people. They better hope that don't happen. But even if it happens in Cali, Vegas, New York again, that gives Ruiz the upper hand. Anything in Cali anything in America gives him the upper hand. Cause he the first Mexican American, and we got Latinos and Mexicans everywhere. We got Hispanic communities everywhere, all through this motherfucker. A lot of the U.S. was Mexican land anyway. If you know your history, just look at the names of places. San Jose, Bay Area, San Jose. Just listen to it. San Francisco. Just look at the Bay Area. Eddie Hearns done did something. And this what happens is karma. Like, you played all these games with the Wilder shit. Then now they, depending on what you have written in a contract where you didn't think he would lose, depending on what you have outlined in a contract, you putting Joshua into crazy pressure. I'll put that fight in Mexico. Fuck that. We need this fight in Mexico. Yeah. Cali or Mexico, or shit, Texas, AT&T, bro. We got options. I told you. Hey, bro. He said her got burnt. I can't wait. I like this stuff because it gives us something to talk about. I'm a boxing fan, bro, and I told you, playing a vicious game, all that prima donna diva stuff. See, it's fun in games. It's all fun till the rabbit got the gun, though. All that stuff, Joshua, I have 4 belts, and Deontay Wilder only has 1 belt. I got 4, but he doesn't have 4. All these games. Now they have the option unless you covered your tracks well in that contract. Can't wait to see how this plays out. My boy Ruiz said he won $50 million. Cash. Yeah, all these A-side games. That's what I'm saying. They overplayed their hand. Yeah, it's true. Shout out to David Gonzalez. El Paso, Santa Cruz, San Diego, San Antonio, California. All of these places. So Andy Ruiz gonna be out here thick, bro. He gonna be out here deep. He got Snickers trunks, Snickers sponsoring him. He gonna have the crowd. They're gonna have fireworks and lightning and Snickers shooting out from the ground and shit. When he walks out, he gonna walk out and just poof, pop, 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 pop. And it's gonna be Snickers, and people gonna be catching Snickers and hitting bitches and old ladies in the head with Snickers. Oh shit! Like, we got free Snickers. Hungry, wide wait looking ass. They need to do that. Drop. You know how they have the confetti and shit popping? Have some balloons with some fucking Snickers minis and shit. Oh, shit. Thanks, Andy Ruiz. Thanks. We catching Snickers from the ceiling. Joshua going to be spooked. I'm telling you, bro. Joshua finna be spooked. He going to be spooked when he see all them fucking Snickers falling from the sky and shit. Like they need a big-ass piñata. That's what they should do. Oh my God, I'm the king. I'm like Floyd Mayweather with the psychological warfare. Put a big ass pinata over the whole venue, a big ass pinata filled with Snickers, and just explode that shit, and everybody grabbing Snickers, bro. Joshua finna be spooked. It's gonna be like a hailstorm of Snickers. Yeah, he said a Joshua pinata. Hey, you violated now, bro. No, I don't. It could be that horse. It could be the little horsey one. Man, I'll do a drop. Man, first Mexican heavyweight. What? La Raza, man. They gonna be playing. You know how they walk out and show the bio of HBO fights and classic. Man, fuck that. We playing blood in and blood out. Fucking Popeye. We not doing that. We playing blood in, blood out. We don't need to see Sugar Ray and Terry Norris clip. Nah, we playing blood in American Me Familia. Only for Selena's, we playing all that shit, dog. He's like, only for Selena's. Selena y los Dinos, bro. We playing the real shit. We take this shit back. I need that blood in, blood out on the Jumbotron. Man, it's finna be lit. It's like, hey, Miklo. Come here, you white bitch. I want some chon. Yeah, man. We getting all the chon, man. Stop playing with me. He could pass for Miklo. That's what I'm saying. Just give him the little headband. He ready. That's a fire-ass movie. Classic. Bro, we gonna turn this shit up. Boxing is in a good spot. That's why it's cool when this shit happens. When we upset. Like, just J-Rock got the belts now. I like this shit because it teaches networks and promoters. This Mayweather-Pacquiao shit is done. Like, not everyone's Mayweather-Pacquiao where they can last and not get defeated. They keep stalling these fights. It's not going to be like that where everyone's thinking the Mayweather-Pacquiao just let it wait and marinate and stuff. No, bro. We got to see these fights now, and I hope they realize it. I hope they realize this now. So we not playing, man. I like to see this change in the guard. It's nothing against any fighter, but Ivan Redcash looked good. He beat Devin Alexander. He looked good in that fight. Makes it interesting. Shit, Ivan Redcash versus Sergey Lipinets. That's an interesting fight to me. With how they both look. Lamont Peterson fight and then Ivan Redcash versus Devin. That's interesting. And he's trained by Shane Mosley. So it just mixes shit up. But for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, And the thing is, I don't think Golden Boy will put Canelo in there or Caleb Smith. I don't. I think they're going to go for the Triple G fight. So who's Caleb Smith going to be fighting? Al Heyman got his own stable of people. It's looking crazy, bro. The zone got to do something. The zone got to do something. Anyway, that's my time. I gave y'all some real content. Man, I hope you guys appreciate what we doing, man. We just trying to blow this up and get bigger. Have fun with it. But if Bob Arum basically confirmed the Tyson Fury fight without confirming it, at least to me, he said he's not going to confirm it because Tyson Fury has to get past Tom Schwartz. But he said after he'll talk about it. So if it was false, like I said, why wouldn't he just deny it? So I think why that, because I was wondering why Tyson Fury ain't said nothing about the Wilder fight, but Bob Arum just did an interview with CBS and he basically, I'll do a video about it. He basically said he don't want to confirm nothing with Tyson Fury having an upcoming fight. Superstition, jinx. You don't want to jinx your fighter, like, because look at Joshua. You don't want to look too much past that. Big up Ego, best boxing the chat, best boxing show on YouTube. Appreciate you. Mixed stuff up, bro. I'm really happy for Andy Ruiz though, because I think he's a good dude. I like to see when good people win. Period. I just like to see good people win. And see that, honestly, I'm not even trying to be rude or pick sides, all this bullshit. I'm a real person. I'm telling you my truest thoughts. Everybody else has no problem sharing their feelings and shit in boxing. So let me say my shit. Andy Ruiz, I dig his character. Like he's he's just a scrapper. He wants to fight. He don't look like he's just a humble guy. He got a little bit of swag to it, like coming out to Nipsey, the way he dresses, the hat and stuff. Joshua to me kind of acts uppity. I think more people, Americans, black and brown, will probably relate to Andy Ruiz more than they will Joshua because of just the actions. Joshua's acting like he's like, it's like it just feels forced and manufactured. Andy Ruiz, I get the feeling that I'm just dealing with a good fighter who's himself. Joshua looks like he's always trying to please somebody. He's trying to say the perfect stuff. And you don't have to do that. You could just be yourself. Like, this man really came up. Look at Andy Ruiz. He was big. He was a big kid, bro. Look at me now. That man leveled up overnight. You can't take anything for granted in this life. You can't underestimate nobody. I just feel like, look at this face. I just like to see underdogs win, man. I love that feeling. Like, he looks really like hyped though. Look, big boy got hops. Look, he got a little bit of air though. See, look, big boy got hops. See, and that's a huge contrast from what I feel Joshua gives us. You get what I'm saying? Like, Joshua, I don't feel like Joshua is as personable. You know what I'm saying? I have a hard time identifying with like the stuff he says. Man, what? See, like this, like what? Like, just why are you even sitting like this, bro? Like, why is Joshua sitting like this? Am I reading Rainbow? Hey, yo, violating, bro. I can't relate to AJ, bro. Hey, I gotta stop reading these comments. Y'all really wildin'. That's what I'm saying. Like, look. Okay, so that's one picture of the photo shoot. It's like basically the same picture. Looking off to the sky, it just feels generic. Like, it doesn't feel like you have a personality. That's why I don't see how Eddie Hearn thought he was going to overtake America and, convince people that Joshua is more American or ready-made for American audiences than Wilder. Just look at how they act. Look. Y'all, hey, look. Y'all tripping out. It says 2012 Anthony Joshua versus 2012 Andy Ruiz. So look, this is Joshua in 2012. See, Olympic gold medal. This is Andy Ruiz in 2012. Me chilling after I took a shit. Ha ha ha. Hey, he wildin', bro. Look at Joshua 2012. It with a gold medal, smiling with the little windbreaker. And this is Andy Ruiz in 2012. That shit say, That shit say me chilling after I just took a shit. Ha 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 ha. Hey, bro. Andy Ruiz is the realest. Him and Wilder the realest champ in the business, bro. Joshua is an Olympic gold medalist and lost to somebody who just was like, I don't give a fuck. I just took a shit, y'all. Yeah, he looked a lot smaller though. I mean, it's 2012. I don't know how old he was. I don't know how old he is, but damn, that man said he was taking that deuce. He was dropping that deuce for like hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen eating up all the. I like ham. I like pig feet. Oh, he was only 22? Damn. Anyway, I'm out. Holla at the boy. Thank you guys so much for the super chats, the support. I told you I got y'all. Stay tuned. Keep it plugged in. Keep it locked on your man. I got other content. Old media looking real mad right now. They looking real frail. They're like, you're doing another video about Joshua? Yep. I'm going to do all videos. I'm doing Joshua. I'm doing heavyweight division is the most talked about thing right now. Look. They talking about you did another video about the heavyweight division. Look. I just posted this a couple hours ago. What y'all talking about? Oh my gosh. 83,000 views. We just dropped this joint. Go like my last video, bro. Look. We just dropped this. We doing numbers. I told you. I just dropped that a couple hours ago, bro. YouTube is loving me. They like, man, that 7 Reasons was real. New media is real. We gotta level him up even more. See what happens when you tell the truth? People realize. They see it. They believe in it. These other channels, their views probably dipped down. All that because they was talking that bullshit. All I did was kept it real, stay true to myself, and then we live like kings. And we feast. Man, I've been on the, oh my gosh, I've been on the Andy Ruiz diet all week, man. Y'all got to stop playing with me. I've been on the Andy Ruiz, look. I was on the Andy Ruiz diet. Look, hold on. Y'all don't hear me though. Look, I'm on the Andy Ruiz diet. Look at that shrimp. Oh my gosh. Look at that steak though, with the refried beans. Oh my gosh. I'm on that Andy Ruiz meal plan. Camarones. Oh my gosh, bro. This shit was delicious too. Look, they gave me, I got the tortillas on the side with the steak, the rice. Oh my gosh, bro. They're still trying to bull in England. The boxing channels, they're full of shit. Let them. Because at the end of the thing is this. You only, when you can't, part of being an alpha male is you got to be able to know when you're wrong. If you wrong, you wrong. If you, like, especially as wrong as they've been, you got to know how to do it. You have to know how to hold an L. I've held L's. I've been wrong. You know, I've made mistakes. I've made bad decisions. It's just what it is. So when a person shows you, just look at it. Just listen to what I'm saying. Listen to, you know what people say is no, there's no way they could delete shit. They could delete whatever video. They can't delete it from your memory. You get what I'm saying? They can't delete it from your memory. Period. So if you know that there's been a channel that is for the last year and a half, 2 years, said whatever they said about Deontay Wilder and the outlandish thing, and he's an idiot, he should have took the 3-fight deal, and DAZN, oh, it's only $833 a month, and it's the biggest thing, and DAZN is the future, and I'm like, hey, we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see because, oh, pay-per-view's dead, fuck that, haha, I canceled HBO and Showtime, it's all about DAZN. This is what they were saying. You know, oh, Anthony Joshua's the A-side over everything. And then when you come to find out, those things don't look, oh, it's only $9.99 a month. Now it's $19.99 a month. You know, all this stuff that they were saying, Wilder should have took the deal. You know, DAZN's only $9.99 a month. Then it's $19.99 a month. And then it's only $8.33. Oh, they got the best fights. Pay-per-view is dead. I'm canceling Showtime. Showtime will be out of business. Right? And you guys listen to them say these things over and over again, multiple videos. Oh, Wilder's ducking. You know, Luis Ortiz ducked Joshua. He ducked the $7 million. They said all these things. And now none of it looks true. So what are you going to do as real boxing fans? You going to keep giving them your viewership, keep supporting when you know it to be fake? Then that shows where you belong. You belong over there with that dumb fake shit. But we over here will be talking this new media shit. And you will see. You will see the viewership and all that. And like I said, me as a person, I am not comfortable. Like, I like to support like mom and pop shops, or, you know, if someone made handmade crafts, just different things. When I know there's some integrity and some soul put into it, I like to support things like that if I can. Or even when I go into when I go to New York, I never eat places that I could eat in Cali, or rarely do. You know, I don't go to Applebee's and chains and stuff, McDonald's. I'd rather go to a burger spot or a bodega or like little deli shop, some halal, something, you know. I go to something different to support that community. That's just me. I live life based on principles and integrity and things like that. So when you see channels who have been saying shit for 2 years, and then when they're finally proven wrong over time, and then they try to double down and act all weird, and dislike bar is removed so you can't see how many dislikes, and disable the comments and stuff like that, then you should know where to place them. There's no integrity there. They don't care, you know. They wanted to feed you the bullshit, try to get views from it, whether they believed it for real or didn't, but they were way off the mark. These guys say some of the craziest things, and expect you to buy it. And then when they're proven wrong, you know, there's different things that they do. Like I said, they disappear, they double down and, you know, get mad. They blame someone else and lash out. Mikey Garcia, they say, oh, he's going to beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence is overrated. Mikey's too strong. Mikey's with Snack. When it don't happen, they're like, oh, man, Errol still sucks. That tells you what you need to know about them. Instead of just saying, damn, Errol Spence did his thing, they be like, oh, you know, Errol Spence beat up on a small Mikey. But then why did ESPN and why did these other people pick Mikey to beat him if that was the go-to, you know, excuse for everything? And they make an excuse for every time they're wrong. That tells you about their character. Period. Yeah, the whole A side, I don't know how many views it did, but they're not telling us. I ain't seen no reports or write-ups. So you tell me. I know you guys see it. You seen my chat was popping when after the fight, when Andy Ruiz won. You seen the super chats come through. Thousands of dollars off of super chats only. Just for telling the truth. And I'm not even saying that I don't care about money. I'm not saying it to brag or gloat. It helps the business. That's cool. But it's because this could be a reality if you hustle right. You know, if you are being truthful, if you have a product that you can stand by. These dudes will sell you a lemon on the car lot type of people, you know? We're not trying to do that with new media. We're not trying to, you know, sell you some shit we don't believe in. Sell you some shit and then hype it up and gas it up. You know? Hype it up and gas it up and tell you this is the best car we have in the lot, and we know that this shit ain't true. I'm not doing that. The shit I said about, you know, the Wilder Joshua situation, that's how I really felt. And you see why I felt that, because it came true. That's my time. Shout out to new media, my shooters, channel members, you know, just the people that support with the like, comments. Appreciate you. We working.